There's fire in the atmosphere, moving in synergy, this electricity. The power of the pioneers, tearing through history, this is our destiny.
Hello, everyone. Welcome here to ESL Challenger League. My name is Fearless. I'm here joined by the wonderful Sneaky. And today, we're going to be bringing you all the action here over at the Asia Pacific region. And honestly, Sneaky, I can't wait because I'm very much excited to get to know these teams a little bit better.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, speaking of getting to know these teams a little bit better, unfortunately, the original game that we had planned was forfeited by Mung U Esports. So we were originally going to be bringing you them versus the Mongols, but at a last minute decision, we have Ran with Xiao Ran versus Clutch Gaming. And honestly, this is probably the most competitive match that's going on today because both of these teams are currently fighting for that second place spot in Group A. We've got Chao Ran on a 3-1 record, and we got Clutch Gaming on a 4-1. So this is probably the most important match we could be delivering.
Yeah, no, this is going to be super exciting. Already having 3 weeks on the way, we're halfway through the season. That means so much can still happen, but that means also the matches that are still yet to come are going to be very much of value for these two squads. Over at the CR Gaming side, we have Ruben, we have Risk, Wenzi, Kate, and Kira. And then for Clutch Gaming, we have Izza, we have Stardust, 910 or 910, News, and Clouden. And overall, Sneaky, tell me a little bit what has caught your eye thus far about these two teams.
I mean, both of these teams have got a pretty decent record. Both of them have lost, I believe, to LVG. So LVG is currently top of that group, but otherwise they've looked fairly dominant in their victories. I mean, Clutch Gaming even has a win over Rare Atom, which is one of the bigger names in the region. That's how they got onto 4-1. And all of the other victories for both teams have been 2-0. So they are looking pretty spicy right now. And also, Chao Ran, just as a side note, they came first in Season 44 Open, which means they qualified straight into Challenger League here. There is only 2 leagues for Asia, Open and Challenger. So, yeah, it's good to see that there are new competitive rosters coming on through, and they are clearly an exciting prospect with the record that they're boasting.
Yeah, no, for sure. And if we take a look at Clutch Gaming here as well, this is a roster that actually has been with ESL or ECL for a very, very long time, since season 40. Here and there, at the beginning, they were still in the relegation phase, but I think for now, full season straight, if I remember correctly, they have been here in the ESL Challenger League and performing really well. They keep going back, they are not degrading. So overall results are there, and this season so far, once more, they are there. I'm very much excited because actually a little fun fact: Hasteka, who was playing with this roster up until very recently, moved over to the Mongols, so got picked up by them after Score was left or let out of the roster,
Yeah.
which is a little unfortunate for them. But Hasteka, I'm curious to see what he can deliver up with a new team. But then again, Clutch Gaming then losing a player here as well. So it's gonna definitely be quite a challenge to see if they can sort of perform at the same standard that they were always on.
Yeah, but then we've replaced one Mongolian team with another coming into today. I think it's the Mongols of Clutch Gaming up against the Chinese and Hong Kong mix of Chao Ran. And yeah, as we said, this should be pretty close. I mean, they don't have too much history outside of the ESEA sphere. A lot of teams have been playing for, a lot of the players have previous experience on smaller teams within their regions. Nobody has really broken out as individuals just yet. I think the most experienced player for Chao Ran is probably Kate, who has a little bit of experience all the way back in 2017 with Vici, back when they were still called a slightly different title, but yeah, it was still Vici, the organization. They're a decently prominent rifler, and they are still looking to make a name for themselves here. And what better place to do it than ESL Challenger Season 45? And of course, there is a pretty big bonus for the team that tops this division. I think they go straight into conference, or is it directly into Challenger or directly into Pro League right now? Because it's changed
Um,
very recently, and I'd have to double check that for you.
It
But
goes actually straight up into Pro
well,
League.
there we go.
If you're number one, it's only for number one though. So you gotta give it everything you've got
It's
in order to
tough.
take the top spot. It's gotta be tough for sure. There's definitely a lot of big names up in here, but we take it a match at a time. And right here we can actually take a bit of a look at the veto here as well. What we have going on, because maybe this is where things could still get a bit spicy. There's some overlap in the map ball between these two teams. But overall, it's gonna be quite spicy to see what's gonna be coming out.
Yeah, let's have a look at those vetoes then. I reckon they'll be coming in just a moment. But yeah, there we go. We've got an
Ooh, look
Anubis
at that.
ban to start things off, a Vertigo ban to follow things through. I think, yeah, that Vertigo ban from Clutch Gaming is definitely warranted. It's a pretty decent map for Chao Ran. They've
Yeah.
played it on 2 occasions, so yeah, don't want to be picking into that. But Overpass coming through, that's going to be exciting. Inferno following up, that's a pretty decent map for both teams. We have an Ancient ban, a Mirage ban, and the decider of Nuke. You know what? I'm quite excited for this, Vito. And I
Yeah.
reckon these two teams are very close in terms of skill. I think we could be using all three maps here.
No, I think this is actually a really good veto.
Hmm.
Perhaps maybe even favoring Chaoran here a little bit. I think they did a really good job of getting rid of Ancient, the map that they were able to win against Rare Atom, for example, quite
Hmm.
convincingly, 16-11. They took out Mirage on the flip side, though, which is a map that Clutch Gaming then lost. So overall, I feel like they're sort of trying to play to their own strengths, to their get rid of your opponent's strengths as well. So it's gonna be I feel like super close, super tight.
Yeah, no, I think the same. The one thing about Chaoran removing or having Mirage removed is that they've picked into it a couple of times, but it's never actually been played, or I say picked in, it's been floated a couple of times, and it's
Yeah.
never actually been played. So it's almost lucky that they won't have to prove themselves here against a team that has got some experience on it. And with Nuke as that decider, it's one that they have played on 2 occasions, and my goodness, it has been very close. At 25 to 22 against Team
Yeah.
Eruption there. Like they're more than willing to go the distance on Nuke, let's say. And I do think this series will go the distance. I think we will be going on to that third, as I mentioned. And also, I'm
Mm.
looking forward to Overpass. I do like a bit of Agent Overpass. The last time I casted it, it was Wings Up versus Rare Atom, and it was insane. They were just so fast paced and they played with a lot of confidence. And I hope to see a little bit more of that today.
I'm very much excited to see where things are going to be going. But if I can ask, who do you predict will be coming up top here?
I want to say Clutch Gaming because they have taken out Rare Atom, but then so has Chow Ran. I'm not sure. I'm going to say Clutch Gaming. But on that note, we are going to throw it to a short break when afterwards we'll be right back into the first map action. See you in just a moment.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello everyone, welcome here to the game. I'm very much excited to get this one going. It's gonna be kicking off here on this Overpass. And honestly, let's see, look at the CTs here. Immediately gonna clear out long with 3 players strong. On the flip side though, we're gonna be having a full-on B execute and Clouded will have to maybe fall back. He does take 1 kill home at least here, but there's definitely not enough power here to stop that bomb from being planted.
Yeah, with that, CL start off strong, and Kate's actually going to be boosted up into heaven as it's a fight down towards the short side. He's going to even get into the dirt. Ruben continues to fight. Noise trades back. And into the 2 versus 2 we go. Wenzy peeking out from CT. They've had a role reversal here as Noise goes down. So does IZR. And with that, it will be the first round on the board to the likes of CR Gaming, to the Chow Ran boys. And yeah, so remember how I was talking about how they just love going for crazy stints of aggression? That's sort of what we saw from the CT side there. A 3-man push up long with such pace, I thought it might just be the solution to the B problem, but unfortunately for them, they weren't quite there in time. And yeah, it's a really nice start there for the Chaoran boys.
Yeah, over on the flip side, of course, that will mean Clutch Gaming have absolutely nothing here to work with. And once more, gonna be pushing down on long. Love this, a bit of a stack action going on. A bit sad though, that most likely won't quite work out. There's only a lurker that is sort of hanging about the fountain, but as this push comes on through, well, CR will know very shortly that this side is completely clear, not a single CT to be found. And with this, another fairly easy secured round. Honestly, they can even try and go for a bit of a cheeky hunt if they want to, but on the flip side, you don't want to be handing over any of these weapons to your opponent knowing that they have absolutely nothing. It's actually, there will be a player scouting, a couple now going through connector as we speak too. And it means a bit of a deathmatch action going on. Actually, that was the team kill. Hold on. I think that was a bit of an unlucky moment there. But on the flip side, it's still nice. They cleaned up the majority. It's only 9-10 who is, who was still alive, but not anymore. So, only a single loss taken, but this is fine.
I mean, despite the team kill, that was actually a very nice spray from Cake down towards Long. They were also in a really good position, just lurking towards Playground, making sure that the rear flank didn't come in for a second time in the row. And now with a little bit of bonus money on both sides, we will be going into a quick pause. I'm not entirely sure if that's tech or tack, but regardless, you know, in the next round, it will be the gun round. Kate has 184 ADR, by the way, to the 10 of risk. That's a nice bit of disparity there. That's what farming up against pistols will do for you. But yeah, some nice skins on the server as well today, I see. You can often expect that from the Chinese region. They absolutely love their skins over there. The Chaoran are also going to be pretty happy with the fact that they got a 2-round advantage. Can they cling on to it, though, as we head into our third round of play? Now, this is, of course, their map pick. We expect them to be off to a strong start. But what do you reckon the minimum threshold of rounds is for their T-side here, Vilas?
Ooh. I mean, usually people just stick to like 6 on T-side, but actually nowadays I feel like a lot of teams are able to pull off perhaps even better T-sides, which is maybe a bit uncanny to see, but I feel like right now at the place where CSGO is, a lot of teams tend to pull off explosive T-sides. So who knows, maybe there is even more to work with here for CR Gaming, and immediately another execute will come out, and even though there's a bit of a team flash happening, doesn't stop Cloud at all from handing over. Wow, a lot of space for his team. This is insane, a 4v1 as we speak with Risk. Well, in a very risky position, quite in the open, just sitting behind that smoke as it fades. And now, ooh, does clear the barrel, clears the second player, but Clouden has the eyes right upon him. What is this? A 1v1 scenario? Will he predict or where 910 will be coming from? I'm not sure if that was a sound cue. Oh, that is rough. He looks away at that moment, and with that, that will actually be Clutches Gaming. Their first round up on the table. Good for them, but that, man, it could have almost gone totally the flip side.
Yeah, that was, such a poor way to end. Almost the clutch coming through there. A ridiculous 3k deliver, but even that's not enough. Clutch Gaming, they're on the board. They do a nice job of it. Clouden. They are on a FAMAS and an MP9, but Kira on the tech. Yeah, it's a slight advantage to the CTs here. Perhaps not at the moment, but no, 910 does actually come out on top of that debacle. Kate goes down. With that into the 5 versus 3 now we go. Is a big kill onto Wenzi. And as Risk edges forward, it's not looking as prominent now for the likes of Chaoran Gaming.
And with this being a force, definitely far from an ideal start here for CR Gaming. Slowly still taking this mid control. With then Kira up on short, perhaps in for a good lurk. Of course, has that pistol and has also a nice chunk of util, so perhaps he could keep those CTs busy up on this B bomb sub. But as we speak, there's actually a bit of a lurk action going on. Clutch Gaming pushed all the way through Monster, went unnoticed by Kira. So someone is already gonna come up from behind through Long as we speak. That is trouble that's up ahead. Ruben is not aware at all. He does jumping at the perfect timing. But can he catch Izza?
Well, apparently they can. Nice kill there from Ruben. As Issa falls to the wayside, 3 versus 3 now. As Charan have actually managed to wriggle their way back into this one quite nicely. They edge their way down towards the lower site. Only Clouden is here to receive them. MIQ, upon hearing the util, swiftly rotates as the charge comes in. Clouden denies the first. Can they do much more? Yes, they can deny the bomb. I hadn't even seen the timer, but Clouden wins them the round alone with that single kill. And with that, an equalised scoreline as the CTs have really started to pick up the pace here. Chaoran, they've got no money left to work with.
Unfortunate situation, thinking that, of course, a force could still work out. Only in this case, they're struggling. Clutch Gaming now will have a big advantage moving into this run, and honestly can get that CT site going.
Yeah, I mean, the CT site already going. As 9-10 bags another frag. Just up against the pistols here. I mean, all that Chaoran can really do is group up, try and get an opening kill, perhaps. I mean, Izza behind that smoke survives for now as Risk will fall. I mean, all the action in middle means that 9-10 bags another couple to their tally. They're just farming up some stat lines here. 8-2 is where 9-10 sits at the moment. Who doesn't love a good Eco 3K as Wenzi finally punishes Izza, but that's all they're going to get on the full Glock round for CR Gaming. And with that, as you said, Vilas, the CTs will take the lead.
Now let's see, CR Gaming once again now with a full bite coming out on the table. What's the strategy going to be? They've been sort of trying to favour this B side a bit. Ultimately, of course, the start was looking nice. But once Clutch Gaming got their money up on the table, things have not been as easy as it is. Immediately, CTs are up for connected control. There was a bit of action earlier down. But on the flip side now, a full-on contact play is about to come out for CR. They're lining up util. But 2 players that can swarm in through connector, they certainly need to be aware of all the possibilities now. There's a good flash, at least deals with the barrels player, and so does it with Clouden up in water. But there's a bit of fire back. Izza tries to fight on the rotation. Kate, though, he is striking big time.
Wow.
Once again, the trades are favouring CR big time. That was actually really nicely done. They sort of used their util in order to separate all the fights and make them individual ones, and with that, if you are, you know, outnumbering them, looking good.
Yeah, they were going blow for blow all over the shop there. As Chaoran clean up very nicely, keeping things competitive here. They do lose the first gun round opportunity, but picking that one up means, again, even stature. All brought out for 9-10 here, though. I'm excited to see what he can do with the big green. Take big green off your bingo card. It's come out already. As in towards short water he pushes, but Kira's already found a frag onto Clouden. And in removing his teammate, it's another advantage to Chaoran. They look to potentially run it down long right here. Only the noise player to stop him. Big group up here. Noise waits patiently as Risk isn't watching the angle. Big swing. Brings it back to a 4 versus 4. And they double up towards the long bathrooms. Oh my goodness. Noise, it's a 3K. It's magnificently done. And they're looking for even more. Oh, stop giving him kills. Kira last alive in a 1 versus 4 as Noise has just done it all. Cuts the noise of the opposition as they can't afford to make any anymore. Izza steals away the ace. But that is a fantastic round from Clutch Gaming.
Wow, that was a masterclass of how to hold long. Honestly, I'm not sure how that even happened. I mean, if they peak 1 by 1, sure, Noise can just continue to stand tall. And even on 6 HP, I thought maybe even the ace could come on through. But eventually, it was Izza them picking up the very last one. But this is nice. What a bounce back. And immediately send CR back into eco territory. A couple of pistols, that is all they will have. Maybe that will call in for a bit of a fast play. Kira immediately does go down, though, over towards the B site. And he has been lurking a lot of times, so maybe this would call in for a bit of a push to come out. Noise again. Make some magic happen. And alongside Miku is, well, before we can even finish the sentence, it's already done.
Yeah, no, that was a very quick round, and Clutch Gaming, rightfully so, put themselves straight back in the driver's seat. I still can't believe that Noise got away with 4 kills towards Long Bathroom there. That was ridiculous. They were on for the ace as well. Just so much individual peeking. And these guys are top of Group A as well. They can't afford to be making such silly mistakes, especially when the stakes are so high. This is the most important game of the group right now. As the smoke will go down towards Monster Tunnel, it will cut off vision for Kira, at least for now. But Chaoran have their sights set, at least for now, on another part of the map over towards Playground. As Kira is spammed down to just 16.
Is it nice that there is some T action going on down in Connector? But it's also very much aware there's no one there to back him up over towards middle, so he's a bit caught in between 2 angles, but he does catch Wenzi. And that, honestly, is a big kill. That means he can continue to focus up on the pivotal point of the map. But on the flip side, there's a trade right back, and it will actually send a big chunk of Clutch Gaming over towards this A site. And with Connector now actually being open, ooh, this will be scary.
Kira gets a freebie onto Izza. Apologies for the interruption. They almost found the bomb, but Kira decides to play stacked up behind crates the entire time. I love that discipline, Villas. Oh, battling towards middle. Oh, 9-10. That's a big frag to find, and with that, back into a 3v3. Not for long, though. Ruben bags another, and the A-bomb site now enclosed upon.
Only 20 seconds. There is a CT right from behind. If Cloudy can strike, there we go. That is big. Even though that bomb still does go down, the CT presence is already up. Now Miku does reveal his position, but it is Kira being stuck in between 2 angles, but he can still continue to strike. Has now the perfect angle with the AWP, but can't win it out versus the M4. A white swing will do it. And with this, it's another clutch coming on through for Clutch Gaming, as they keep that CT site on the move.
I mean, hey, clutching my name, clutching my nature. It is a pretty solid start here for the CT site. They double the round count of their opposition. Bear in mind that this is Chaoran's pick as well. I can't get over the fact that these guys have just so casually got Katowice 2014 hollows plastered all over their guns. Like, the price
Flex.
of these, man, it is a huge flex. Like, the glove knife combo as well. I mean, they make the jokes about China having the nicest skins, but they really are living up to the adage here. As they're living up quite nicely into their map pick, but it would be nicer for them if they could get a couple more gun rounds under the belt. Noise, in the meantime, won't be playing from Long Bathroom, but hold on a minute. They're going for a jump boost here. They see Noise. This is perfect information. How does Noise get away with a dink? Kira fires back first, but it's actually in my queue to go down. Or me queue, sorry. It's into the 4v4 we go. Noise gets another. That's the bomb and a CZ player from, well, the likes of Chaoran Gaming going a little bit crazy. Kira, though, goes crazy, takes down the B boost. There's so many gunfights happening at once, scattered across the map. I love the pandemonium of it all. It's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, boost left and right across the whole map. But eventually a push will have to come through, and with Kira already pushed up down to pillar, this is a good setup. A good nado up on the side will chip away a tiny bit of damage upon Wenzi, and he now boosts himself up, but oh! It was actually a good read, but on the flip side, Wenzi had the advantage and takes down a kill upon Izza. Now News is here. He has been doing wonderfully so far. 9 kills, only 6 deaths. Gets flashed in. No one actively blind, and that means the trait can still come on through. Now a 2v1, and it's 9-10 up and all, but look at that molly. That's going to be doing so much. And with this, oh wow, what a clutch coming on through once again. And this time the AWP does work out.
It's Clutch Gaming to do it. Back-to-back rounds. They're looking super solid at the moment as CR. They've let their foot off the gas massively. They've not had a win in, what, 3-4 rounds now? 4 rounds, I think it is. As the boys in blue are doing everything right. 9-10. 11-4. Great scoreline. Above a 1 KPR at the moment. As weaponry is shuffled around the T side, they do have enough money to buy some more guns in. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan is here. Okay, there we go. The investment comes through. I believe that one was a tactical timeout, trying to get their heads back into this game. And we said that 6 is around the minimum benchmark. We were even talking about how recently Overpass has become almost a 50-50 map, especially inside the top 30. But with them only on 3 rounds at the moment, I think 5 is an absolute bare minimum here.
And the beginning looked so solid, and I was pretty much convinced that they could keep the... just keep it going. Only right here, the protocols of Clutch seem so strong. They lend themselves ever so slightly. Even though a very disadvantaged position, you know, 2 versus 1, but then still clutching it out. The individual power is so strong for Clutch Gaming. Now, they leave long open for it is. CL Gaming definitely have been loving to take long control. But if you have a rifler like Nudes up in the mix on that A site, well, they certainly can deliver.
Yeah, CL Gaming, though, need to deliver a killing blow sooner rather than later. Things continue to slowly spiral. Almost been left towards T-spawn, at least for now. As is, it goes for a jump peek. That's going to be heard by both of the short side players. Is a falling back towards CT, though. Doesn't want to stick around. There are still 2 players towards the B site. We got Clouden and Miku ready and waiting to receive a bit of carnage as that timer is getting dangerously low. I do think B is where they want to end up, as they have 3 now in towards B short water. Hold on a minute, though. Looking at the position of Kate. How have them and Noise not touched yet? As slowly but surely, Clutch Gaming fade away. They realise that it will be the B hit, and now as Ruben comes through the short side, Wenzi deals with Miku. There is a quick trade, but Kira's on for another. It's a 3 versus 3 now. Izza chimes in. Noise is low, though, and Kate's coming in the back lines. Noise finds another frag, though, and hold on a minute. In a matter of moments, it's a 1 versus 3, and it's not going to happen. 9-10 gets another defuse.
I felt that was just straight up panic. CL Gaming, they had the perfect flank setup. And it was, I believe it was Kate going down in connector. So he had that setup of lurking about on the A side, knowing that they've rotated off, and then going through connector. But he made so much noise that the player that was super hyper fixated on the player up on short, that, you know, he had all the time of the world to still turn around, face connector, and win that duel. So a bit of unnecessary action, because I feel like if CR Gaming played that post plan a little bit more cohesively, then they could actually hold that together. Only right now, Clutch Gaming is already walking away with the half, if not even adding further blow to it.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming have looked just the more solid roster for these past couple of rounds now. Ran at least get a bomb plant in the previous, it allows them to go for this AK investment, but already their utility is lacking. Kate does manage to take a bit of presence towards A long, but they've not been able to do much with this level of map control just yet. And hold on a minute, Izzy could cut them all in half here if he's careful. Risk will be taking one if they round that corner using no util. They've not got nobody to swing with them either, and there the bomb carrier is. His position is perfect. Noise round the corner as well, can set up a bit of a crossfire as Kate sits patiently towards Tree. I have a feeling this is all going to come to a head now. But Ruben dealing that killing blow to Izza means that Clouden Gaming finally have themselves an advantage, as Clouden decides to go for a risky peek towards Monster.
Ooh. And now you need to pray that Nisha's position. It will go unchecked and he can actually strike, but no, instead it will be checked. Ruben takes him home. And with this, the gap between CR Gaming and Clutch Gaming is just getting bigger and bigger here in this round. A quite comfortable bomb plant. And honestly, this should be a very comfortable actor plan as well. 5v2 with limited amount of cash for some of these Clutch Gaming players. So I think a save would have to come through. Though, it would be nice if you can still get an exit. To CR Gaming, of course, this being another big reinvestment. If you can take any of these rifles or potentially even an AWP away, it will hurt them.
Yeah, certainly so. But at least CR Gaming have got themselves a 4th round. That's what's important at the moment. As we said, minimum benchmark for them is around 5 at the moment. Hold on a minute, doing economic damage to Clutch Gaming here. Despite their previous victories, they're not actually going to be able to properly reinvest. And they've just found the last person as well. That is a big frag from Wenzi. Meaning that not only do CL Gaming get themselves a 4th, but they now have a real shot at threading 2 together. But I have been informed we're heading back to cameras for just a moment to get to see our wonderful faces for a little bit. Hello. We will be heading back into the action in just a second. I believe we're just switching around the observer. But Vila, so far this game has been a little bit more one-sided than I expected.
Yeah, no, for sure. I actually thought CR Gaming could, get it rolling. Maybe now they can, because obviously with this being, having another round back, it's going to be important to now get that momentum back on the table and to actually shut down the economy of Clutch Gaming, because if not, Clutch Gaming could just, keep it going. And right now, there's not that much time anymore to work with here in the first half.
No, but I think Clutch Gaming have actually gone for the force buy in this round. I'm not sure if you can still hear the gun sounds in the background, but we are in the middle of the round right now. Rista's just bagged 2 kills. We're into a 3 versus 2 right now. Kira gets another. We'll have to deal with our radio cast for a moment more. Apologies for this. As MIQ and Izza are left in a pretty tough spot. Kira's watching their angle, but they're holding for it. Really nicely done. As into the 2 versus 2 we go now. Reloads come in, but hold on a minute. They're trying to outrun them towards the A bomb site. CL Gaming have actually made it in the nick of time. Molotov deployed, but Miki runs through it. They're now up the truck, but they don't expect Wenzi. Now a massive advantage here for CL Gaming.
So never say never. We have seen a 1v2 clutch being won by Clutch Gaming. Well, okay, maybe not this time around. That was a very easy shutdown. Wenzi immediately takes up the head. So, a bit of extra wiggle room right now here for CL Gaming. The money is gone right now for Clutch. And with this, they can pick up this round and potentially even the last round in the half. And then we suddenly still have a very competitive half on our hands. At least probably 6 on the table for CR, but maybe even 7.
I'll be honest, their gun round that they won sort of came out of nowhere. Clutch Gaming were in the driving seat for so long, they put so much distance between them. A 5-round deficit at one point is what we were dealing with, as EQ now has a very long-range fight to deal with. Peeking in towards connector with a deagle. They do have the best pistol for the job, but unfortunately Miku falls to Wenzi, meaning this round should be a guaranteed 6th. Noise in towards middle. Doing their due diligence in terms of checking, but unfortunately the Clutch Gaming pistols aren't really grouped up enough to fully capitalise off of their weaker weaponry, and Wenzi just does that. A nice 2-tap as 9-10 on the Deeg. Could maybe get something done, but again, they need to be a little bit closer together to capitalise off the back of trade, especially since Izza is effectively a dead man walking.
Clearing out long spots to CT, and I don't think on the flip side, Clouden has spotted him. They are going to be falling back. Ooh, then he comes at a perfect time and does at least attack landed, but of course, everything is favouring CL Gaming as we speak. That's one player cleared. They clear out the closed angle here as well. So with this, it's only Izza who is left alive, even being hunted down as we speak. And this is looking really solid. So if they can win this out cleanly, you're going to be having so much money here for, well, the end of half number 1. That is nice to have. Kira, ooh, he's on the perfect flank here.
No
Love
survivors.
to see this. Absolutely nothing, even looking the wrong way. Nothing that Izza can do. With this, 8-6, scoreline getting ever so close. And let's see who now will be winning up this very final round of half number 1.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming have won out the half, but now no longer as convincingly as I think both of us anticipated. CR Gaming, a massive resurgence off the back of that one swing round. And hey, this entire momentum shift might just swing into their favour. If they can make this half 8-7, that is the perfect T-side for them. 7 rounds on a T-side is really good. As Kate now expends a bit of utility towards the middle, 9-10 fully blinded, still gets a kill, and 9-10 has definitely been my MVP of this match so far. The AWP shots, the clutches, they have been brilliant. For CR Gaming, well, they're going to have to display some brilliance of their own if they want to get back into the midst of this round. Cloudon has been taken down to just below half. Miku as well, teetering on damage. But Ruben, good map control here, has just gotten all of Banana for free. This noise on the back of the bomb site continues to go for a couple of jump spots. Doesn't see the pixels of Ruben there. As they slowly edge up to the bathroom door.
And Kate, potentially one of the most experienced players here on this roster, currently only sitting on 5 kills, which is a bit rough. Though we have a player like Wenzi and also Kira who've been doing so much for the team, keeping them alive here in this game. Now, can they turn the tide? There's only 40 seconds left. That means time will certainly be of the essence. And look at this though, 9-10. Might be the MVP of the round once again as he will push through long. News is here then. The anchor up on the side. Spot's already a player. Will then fall back. And maybe they have to rely big time on this lurker in action. But oh, it got spotted though. Newts is good for 2. Still keeps that player in advantage here of Clutch Gaming. And right now, only one more to be finding. Though, Risk. That's a very big kill to be getting. Only a couple of seconds though, and he can't quite get the other. And while sneaky, this is one hell of a half.
Yeah, it certainly is. But on that note, we are going to be heading to a short break, so see you all in the next half.
Welcome back, everybody. It is time for half number 2. Currently, the scoreline is 6-9 in favor here of Clutch Gaming. They have pulled off one hell of a CT side, but on the flip side, CR certainly were able to make it still very close. And now let's see if they can turn the tide when they are up on CT side.
Yeah, they made the end of the half a lot more competitive than I expected, as Kira gets very competitive towards being short early doors. 3-man stack here as Wendy trades, and my goodness, the gunfights are messy on this bomb site. Flashes blind everybody, Miku goes down, a dink comes through, and oh no, Noise has just killed their teammate Kate from behind. It's a messy one, but it will be CR Gaming to clear up shop and somehow win that wild round with 4 players left alive.
That was wild indeed. So many flashes, and actually, even though a good chunk were blinding the CTs, a lot of them blinded their own teammates, and therefore they were not being able to pick up. I believe it was Wency, for example, who was still able to escape while blind to Monster, and still getting a kill while they got unblinded. So, yeah, this was definitely, at the end of the day, a deserved but chaotic round here for CR Gaming. Well, now let's see what they can pull up here. Can they continue? Because there's here and there a pistol being bought up here for Clutch Gaming. Inza will try to fight big time as this push through playground comes on through. But this should be a fairly easy cleanup, right?
Yeah, I mean, Glocks versus Famuses, I know who my favourite is. The Famuses raining down terror, at least for the time being. As, yeah, they are yet to lose a single player on the CR Gaming side. I don't think that's going to happen as Kate seals it off. Does get dinked in the process, but 2 HP is still enough to bring that weapon over into the next. This will be a bit of a bonus buy round for the likes of CR Gaming, though, as this is Clutch Gaming's opportunity to ensure they stay in the lead. It's 5 AKs, a decent spattering of util. Will they be able to make it to double digits first, or will we be working with an equalised scoreline? Well, sit tight and you'll find out in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is the big test ahead. Can Clutch Gaming crawl back and keep this now T site going and stay on their momentum? Or is it time for CR to step it up?
Big damage. Noise spams Ruben down to just 19 HP. Not the best of starts for CR Gaming here. Although I am a little bit worried about how quickly they're using util. Kate, though, Uses a great timing and catches Noise off guard. Upgrades their weapon, to an AK as Izza has opened up onto the A bomb site, which for some reason had absolutely nobody guarding it. Risk had been taken down earlier on. They hadn't decided to rotate anybody up to help as Izza and 910. They bag a frag apiece. Now a 4 versus 2 as Clutch Gaming are looking significantly better on their gun round.
And they have so much space to work with. Look at this Cloud and just holding for that push from Khan. But there's only one more to deal with. Wenzi does take home a kill upon Izza. Only now, can he overwhelm, could do more? Absolutely not. Miku delivers, and with this, it's gonna be double digits for Clutch Gaming. So even though, you know, the pistol and the one after you lose, you'll bounce back once you are up on your 4x. But also because of the 2 wins in a row here for CR Gaming, there is still some money here left to work with. It's gonna be M4s with a scout around it in the hands of Risk. Not the most util, so definitely on the side of Clutch Gaming, this is looking like a round that should be in their favor. But it definitely is not one that, could be going completely wrong. Well, maybe if that goes that way, New spots the boost. And that is already quite a rough beginning.
Okay, the triple entry is denied, and actually Wenzi trades back for double. Meaning Noise's efforts have immediately been undone. They do overextend a little bit, get a bit too far ahead of their teammates, and that does end up costing them. I didn't expect CR Gaming to fire back on such a heated cylinder. Smoke dropped back down towards Monster as 910 is locked down at the bomb site. Cloudham, though, in towards T spawn spot for later K. And CR Gaming might well have just overextended. 3 versus 2 now for the T side. As Wenzi has 19 kills, by the way. That's a pretty impressive tally. Cloudham, though, indecisive about where they want to finish up with their squad. Decide that B is probably the better option as 910 gets space, but Wenzi, are they going to be able to adjust in time? They're going to walk past each other without looking. Oh my goodness. The timings here are ridiculous on the lower site, but the bomb in the meantime could scurry its way back up towards A as they have just found a clear sight off the back of Iz's prowling. Wenzi, massive headshot, 3rd kill in the round for them. And with 20 seconds to go, Clutch might run out of time here, Veerless.
Oh, that is a sound cue. Risk knows exactly that. At least one more will be coming through short, and that is now the time for Wenzi to turn around. Communication on point, and yeah, Clutch, as you were saying, losing out on time in that scenario. So CR can still keep it close, and with this, also 2 AKs recovered. So even though the money was in a bit of a tricky spot, they don't have to worry about that as much as of yet.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that Wenzi has 21 kills to their name now. That was a monstrous 4K in a gun round nonetheless. They just did everything they needed to on the B bomb site. Everything that their team required of them to even stay competitive in that round. As Clutch Gaming, they've got a couple of upgraded pistols here, but this should ultimately be an equalised scoreline as CR wriggle their way back into their own map pick. Ruben. Oh, it's so clean. That is 3 rounds in a row that Noise has found a 1-tap onto a boosting or jump spotting player. Their consistency is glorious, but unfortunately the rest of the team haven't really been able to size up around them. And now as these pistols approach the A bomb site, they don't even have the bomb. They're not striking in unison. And yeah, this should be a pretty easy equalizer for the likes of Challenger Gaming, as they're really running Clutch Gaming's offensive into the ground. I'm enjoying this so far, Venus.
Yeah, it's looking good. Now let's see what these pistols can still do. Absolutely nothing. A good cleanup. My god, that was a bit of deathmatch action going on there. Tapping the heads away. But with this, it is an all tied up scoreline. The pressure is on here for Clutch Gaming. They were in the lead going into this. They had one hell of a start. But right now, yeah, a single round. You can't leave it at that, because right now CR Gaming is getting too close and might be in the driver's seat as they are up on that CT side.
Yeah, they've got momentum behind them. They do also have Ruben on an MP9. That might come back to haunt them in a moment, but hold on a minute. Noise has again gone for the fast short play. For the 4th round in a row, finally they don't find any success on it. As Ruben gets themselves an AK, a nice weaponry upgrade, and Kate gets a freebie as Cloud and moonwalks into them. 9-10. Does find a nice trade though. Into the 4 versus 3 we find ourselves. It is still a chance for Clutch Gaming here, but they're slow walking, their shadow's been spotted. An unfortunate affair as Ruben strikes, and they've just found their 2nd kill of the round, putting us into a 4v2.
Even though there is now plenty of time to work with for Clutch Gaming, that big disadvantage certainly is not going to be helping them, and especially now losing round after round and you feel sort of the pressure coming to you, it will be very difficult. And right now you might even be in a scenario where Miku has no choice but perhaps to save. He is maybe opting to still try and go for this. He has a smoke, he can get a bomb down, but he would need to take up Ruben, and instead has the perfect angle to take home that kill. So with this, CR, look at them. Yeah, just keeping it going over on this CT side. T looked a bit rough and a bit shaky trying to build momentum, but this is looking a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, CR are proving why this is their map pick. And with the broken economy of Clutch Gaming, I believe we're going to have ourselves a tack time out here. There is plenty to go over. And yeah, all in all, I'm impressed with this resurgence. They looked really shaky at one point. Bearing in mind Clutch Gaming were 8-3 up, now trailing 11-10. That's not the best round ratio to be boasting, especially in an important a game. I've just completely butchered that sentence. In as important a game as this. Again, this is Ran in 3-1 in Group 8. Clutch Gaming are 4-1 right now. They're looking to hold on to that 2nd place spot. At least on their own map pick, they're being heavily challenged. Cloud and Mo heavily challenging and Connector. My goodness, rounding the corner, around the jaw of risk. But without clearing their corners, they've taken so much presence. Ruben is unable to properly respond. They do found Noise as they go down first again, but Cloud, and look at the pace! My goodness, this is ridiculous stuff from Clutch.
They're just going full on running and gunning. Now Miku finds that MP9 of his teammate. Clouden has an 8K. But, of course, keep in mind, there's util, there's rifles that they are going up against. Is clearing out this B-side angle. Only that is not where they're going to be coming from. All that they have is one more flash to be using, will be deployed right now. A bit of a delay. Actually, they might need to get their hands on this bomb quite soon. There's only 1 kit into effect for CR. The kill's still yet to come. There we go. Wednesday with 2. And he is still alive with this. He is clutching big time. Has an AK in his hand and sure he will go down. But so does Kate. And man, that was rough. That should have been CR Gaming's round instead. Clutch Gaming with a very weird buy. They can make it still work.
They're living up to their namesake again, the 1 versus 2, one effectively on the nature of time. Everybody goes down for CR Gaming as Clutch get themselves right back into the action. The speed at which the Tech-9 started that round was startling. Certainly caught the defenders off guard. And the follow-up kill from Clouden on the MP9 that they picked up. Honestly, sensational stuff, and that is the speed I love to see in the Asian region. Just no holds barred, continual rushing. And it allows them to overwhelm CL Gaming. As their own map pick is not secure just yet. Wednesday taking a bit of chip damage, by far the best player on the server for the CTs. A 2KD, 24 and 12, a stalwart B defender. Unfortunately for them, B was not the point of assault in the previous. They might have stood a better chance of helping out if it was. In the meantime, Noise. He slowed down a little bit here. I was a massive fan of his constant B-short entries. 3 rounds in a row, he got at least a single frag there. The Ruben taps away. Put Noise down to 58. Assuring us again But that reign of terror towards the short side is over. Wenzi actually finishes him off. Needs to be careful as 9-10's trained in on the angle with an AWP. But it will be a 5v4 for now as CR look to recover after their loss scarily in the previous.
Is taking things slow. Good setup. On side here with his teammate. Now there's a flash coming on in, and Miku has the perfect angle to deal with that. Though he should know that there might be another player close. Here's the gunfire. Oh, and there we go. Miku strikes again. Now, of course, the CT rotate is into full effect. It's still a 3-on-3. But with this bomb being planted, it will be perhaps a favorable scenario once again here for Clutch Gaming.
Yeah, nicely done there by Clutch. Getting themselves into a 2v1. Hold on a minute. 9-10 has overstepped. Risk back to frag, but Clouden is there to secure the spray. I think Risk actually ran out of ammo on their M4A1S as well, meaning Clutch now take the lead 12-11. And speaking about momentum changes, this has been an entire dynamic shift. As the T-side for Clutch has become remarkably more convincing. CR Gaming left in the dust. No money really behind them. Enough for a couple of upgraded pistols, perhaps. But no, they opt for effectively a full save. Kira, the only one opting to bring anything into it. As Clutch Gaming effectively have themselves a 13th guaranteed. Noise, though, he's predicted, spotted. That's a full blinded double one-tap from Risk. As unfortunately, Noise keeps beating the dead horse. Short is not really where I think they should continue attacking from, as Kira, hold on a minute, could change the entire dynamic of this round as Kate can strike and turn him. Here's his caught with Util out. Oh my goodness! They might make it happen, Fearless, with a single upgraded pistol.
That was such a good kill to be getting. That puts the pressure back upon Clutch Gaming. So ultimately, gonna be walking into a bomb site. Currently is only rich of 1 CT. Risk will be moving a bit further. Oh, can he escape though? A good flashbang that came about. And it will delay even further. Kira now with a Galil in his hand. He needs to take up one more, and there he goes. He takes them down. And with this, what a round. It is CR Gaming with a very minimal investment.
Yeah, you say minimal investment. That's 157 in armor.
Yeah, true. Absolutely barely anything. And I mean, 5.7 is a good pistol to work with if you are a CT, but for it to deliver this...
lineup, though? Kira lines 2 players up towards Long as they push down towards the site, accidentally kills the AWPer with a headshot from their second bullet, and continues to spray, absolutely decimating Clutch Gaming where they stand. That's a 4-spy win for Clutch, followed by effectively a full eco round from CR Gaming. This game keeps on delivering, Asta Zizza! Speaking of bringing barely anything into the round, it's the Desert Eagle dealing the damage! 5 versus 3 in a matter of seconds, and it's CR Gaming who need to try and stabilise this time. What is going on?
Pistols are better than rifles, confirmed. Well, maybe not. Wenzi is here. He could be the one to deal the most damage. It's another 2 players that are very low. But still technically on paper a player advantage right here. For Clutch Gaming, this is sick though. Miku has found an insane timing. And with this, another rifle in the pocket of Clutch.
Sorry, how is Miku there? That makes no sense. They're just chilling in water with a Glock behind the pillar player, leaving Ruben in a nightmare 1v3, which I don't think they'll be committing to. If only they knew just how low that 2 of these players were. Clouden, 8 HP, 9-10, 15. Even Miku is a 1 tap away from death, but Clutch Gaming, they have a hero AWP that I don't think finds a single kill. It's all the Deagles to do the damage as Izza has a sensational double opener. And with all that said and done, Clutch steal the lead straight on back as only the low bites have won rounds for the past 3. Make it make sense, Villas. Make it make sense.
Yeah, absolutely not. And now it's a bit of a weird scenario. CR Gaming, some only have 1,400 in the bank or so. Some have about 7k. So there will be a buy coming up but it certainly is not the best buy that CR Gaming can afford. Whereas for Clutch Gaming, they have everything they desire. They have rifles, they even have an AWP in the hands of 910, who has been delivering big time. Certainly not as an impressive KD as over in the first half, but still up on 18 kills. So is Nuke, and so is Izza. So definitely the team seems to be delivering in a team effort. Alright, now let's see what CR Gaming can do. I mean, they were able to make it happen with almost bare pistols. So surely there should be some firepowers in these rifles as well.
Well, Ruben shuts the first down. Is good for the trade. This has been pretty nifty up towards the bathrooms these past 2 rounds. A double dig entry, now a nice trade, keeping things very competitive. As you said, rifles normally better than pistols, outside of the carnage we've seen for the past 3 rounds. Yeah, on this occasion, Kate is the weak link. And I'm going to assume that Kate is the IGL, just off the back of their experience. Or at least a heavy hand in the shot calling. And speaking of shot calling, 19 calls the kill onto Kira. Lands the shot, Noise follows through, and Miku, that is a tantalising way to clean up the round. All that's left is Wendy. He's got a 1v4 ahead of him. 27 kills. They're doing so damn well in this map. Unfortunately, the rest of their team's not rising up to the occasion around them. And Clutch Gaming, on this occasion, find themselves on 14 first. They've broken the economy of the CT side. We could be looking at a 14 or 15-12 here.
Yeah, very possible. Clutch Gaming are now going to be walking away with the map. Maybe, though, that is still in overtime. That could be pulled out, but with the pretty much only rifle that they can afford in the next round, it's going to be one hell of a job here for CR Gaming to be clearing. And Clutch Gaming, with already the buffer, of course, that they were able to build up in the very first half, maybe that was what was going to be saving them here over on this very first map.
Well, CR Gaming needs something to step in and save them sooner rather than later. Their low economy not really cut out for a round like this. Clutch Gaming still have everything they could possibly desire to win a round with. As into the 27th of play we go. And I stack up towards the B bomb site as they look like they wanted to pick up the pace for a second there. Maybe go for the short push together, but no, instead, they bite their tongues as Kate falls all the way back to the A bomb site. It'll be Miku trickling towards Monster Tunnel with their A1S. Orp in the meantime on 910 looks to clear out middle. The slower paced rounds here by Clutch Gaming. But hold on a minute, if they go towards B here, that's going to cause some serious problems. As much as the guns aren't the best, they do have a nifty crossfire. And they also have the rifle in Wenzy as a backfire. Noise walks out, spots the Heaven player. Gorgeous one set. Risk decides to chime in as well. Lands a dink, but not the frag. Miku deals with the rifler. And I have a feeling this might be all she wrote for the round as Kira is spammed through smoke, only getting a single kill.
Ooh. That was nice. A very good cleanup for surviving here for Clutch Gaming. And with this, it's going to be map point. About to steal away the map pick of CR Gaming. But of course, they have now a full buy coming out here of the bag. Maybe this can be enough in order to strike and pull through to overtime. But it will be difficult. Clutch Gaming have so much money in the bank that even if they lose this, they can continue to reinvest, continue to apply that pressure and sit in the driver's seat here.
Well, speaking of applying pressure, that is a remarkable entry there from Kate. Great flashbang from their teammate in Risk. With that into the 5v4 we go. Big nade onto Wenzy. Ripping away at them. As Clutch Gaming have 3 opportunities to close here, fellas. What do you reckon? Have they got it in them? Well, we can hope, but that was a pretty nasty team flash onto Noise there. Probably would have worked a little better if they'd thrown it over the top of tunnel rather than straight in front of Noise as they try and peek and take 2 gunfights. Regardless, this has called in For a two-man crossfire down towards Monster, Ruben looks to hold the short side from an elevated off angle. And I do like this play, but wait, Iz has been allowed into heaven. They find one that they don't trigger discipline. That's a big mistake. Ruben finds a trade. Noise has been spotted coming out, but they find Wenzi at the 3v3. And they're dancing around bridge looking for Ruben. They hear them, but Ruben is the first to strike.
A very important kill here for Ruben to be getting. On the flip side, there is Kate coming through Connector, and they have done it. They are still in this map. Oh, man. It was such a nice play coming out of heaven. And, I mean, the first kill, sure, it is there. But then jumping up before the rest of the team has started to push up on the side already is a bit of a mistake. You want to swarm this side as a unit in order for that to be trades, which wasn't quite the case in this point. You leave those advantages over on your opponent's side. So with this, CL Gaming have another one up on the table. But of course, they would need to still win 2 more in order to take it to an overtime.
I mean, these teams do love a good overtime. They have played a lot of 16-14 and overtime maps in these past couple of weeks. A 22-19 was the last Overpass result for Chaoran, actually losing that one against LVG. They've not actually played it in Challengers since. So they will be looking to rectify previous mistakes. They're hoping they can go all the way, this time close it out in overtime. As Clutch, they've got the guns in this round, but they are lacking the utility. They've got a lot of flashbangs, only 2 smokes, but an entry, more importantly, from 910 means that Kate has gone down again towards 8. And I have just lost the map.
Yeah. This is a little bit of a tech issue, but hopefully very shortly we will be going back into the map. But this, honestly, this game has been so tense, so close. I'm on the edge of my seat. And I can't wait to see what the outcome will be of this.
Right. I see Inferno, which... Oh no, we didn't get to see the final round, but that does mean that Clutch Gaming win it out. They changed the server too quickly. Oh, that's so sad.
GoTV
didn't catch up.
Again.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Well, that is rough.
Yeah.
But, well, with that, we have that very first map wrapped up. Unfortunately, that would be a
16-13 to Clutch.
Yeah, exactly. Man, so tense, so close, but couldn't pull through. That is unfortunate. But honestly, well done. Clutch Gaming, of course, were already in the driver's seat going into half 2. And then struggling a little bit in the early stages of the second half, but had a very good recovery. And then once that recovery was into full effect, it was just round after round. And the money and the momentum was just there the entire time.
No, I mean, Clutch, they do win out the half, they win out the map as well. It does get very close, as you alluded to. But with them pipping us to the post, I'm excited to see what they can do on their own map pick of Inferno here. If they can do that on their opponents, let's see if they can continue delivering killing blows, as they are the ones that are looking to retain their second place spot in Group A here. Chaoran look to snatch it away from them, and I think they would if they were able to put themselves into the 4-1 bracket. But yeah, Clutch for now. Going on to Inferno. I'm assuming starting on that T side, it'll be interesting to see if they can continue their good form on that end of T side of Overpass.
Yeah, actually, when I look a little bit into the statistics, this is still a map that either side plays, so it's going to be perhaps another one that will be extremely close, but catch us after the break as we find out how that second map will go.
Well, hello there, ladies and gents, and welcome back to ESL Challenger. We're still in the Asian region. We're still dealing with CR Gaming and Clutch Gaming as they battle it out for that second spot in Group A. Into this second pistol now. It is a map pick of Clutch Gaming. They stole a win on their opponents of Overpass. They're here on Inferno. It's a different ball game altogether. As not so slowly but surely, Clutch Gaming start to charge in towards the apartments. They take full control, boiler is cleared, there is a bit of a crossfire towards long on brackets. Let's see if they can outdo CR Gaming yet again as they stack up for what appears to be an A hit as Noise shows presence across the map.
As soon as they spot contact, that smoke will be deployed. A bit of delay, but that is only for a single player that is lurking at the side. As now there's a execute will come on through. A flash for long, that's two players there. Actually have to fall back, but a good crossfire. They don't check the cubby at all. And look at this. Kira, Risk, they slaughter everyone on that long angle. And no one can even go through bracket anymore. It's the first round up on the table for CR Gaming.
My goodness, that was played fantastically there by the defenders. The crossfire is perfect. Yeah, bomb carrier immediately goes down in amidst the carnage. Perhaps a bit of a sillier decision sending the bomb carrier in first, but regardless, Clutch Gaming, they will be forcing up here despite the lack of bomb plant. A flurry of upgraded pistols and utility as they come up against 4 SMGs and an A1S. Honestly, this is the perfect buy for CR Gaming to be wielding as proven, okay. Big damage onto 910. Doesn't even see the man, but that nade. Oh, the nade is perfect. So much more damage dealt. This is down to 54 as Clutch Gaming. They're charging down Banana. Hold on a minute, though. Wenzi swiftly overwhelmed, and this could be a problem for Ruben. Just a single MP9 against 4 pistols. Does manage to get 2. One completely through the smoke. There's a big gap in it. Cloud and Spotted jumping over. Miku, lovely one-tap. But into the 3 versus 2, as much as it has been a little bit more expensive than I'm sure they're anticipating, it should still be a fairly convincing round for CR Gaming.
Oh, I thought they could get that bomb planted, but because of the fire that was being thrown out, it was a big delay happening. Now Cloud had immediately taken out after getting that bomb. That is still another kill for Miku. But at the end of the day, it is CR Gaming with another round up on the table. Nice conversion. Though Clutch Gaming having at least a bomb plant under their belt is nice. And a couple of kills. So that in itself will make things a bit more costly here for CR.
Well, I was going to say, that bomb plant ensures that they can actually get a buy going into this round. It won't be the strongest, as you can see by Iz's immediate Tech 9 purchase. But you can get a Galil going on 910, Miku has an AK. CR Gaming have to be careful. They can't just go overextending willy-nilly. Yeah, looking at the start they've had so far, I'm pretty convinced. I'm happy with what I'm seeing. A better CT-sided start than the previous regardless. Noise, though. Looking to make some noise towards second mid. Drops some util in towards brackets. Keeps CR Gaming busy. Gets them to expend a bit of their valuable util. But speaking of expending utility, look at how much Clutch Gaming have left for themselves, viewers. Just one smoke, one Molotov, and a couple of flash.
Nearly to tab right and take this banana once again. Don't. Ooh, it's a good trade. 9-10 finds that kill, but so does Wenzi with another. Now he's about to get overwhelmed. He perhaps does grab the rifle right back in time, and with that flash, he is securing a big advantage here for his team. Immediately,
wait, there's
the
no
bomb
A
will be
defenders.
making. The bomb is making its way back, but this positioning of Kane is so perfect down in Mexico. Drops the bomb. With that, it's only News left on the way with a bit of a lurk, but because of the rest of the team dying. Oh, well, He's getting 2. All right. That is big.
That is ridiculous.
And that was a rifle. It's going to be running straight down on A. He should be able to get this bomb planted. If he wins this out 2 or 1v4, that is going to be absolutely insane.
Those are some of the cleanest 1Ds I've seen in a very long time, and unfortunately for Noise, the arm is spotted and down he goes. What a valiant attempt, though. That was quite frankly ridiculous. Another bomb plant, another influx of cash. This can be another buy round here from the likes of Clutch Gaming, but I'm still in shock that that even gets close. Yes, they foolishly leave nobody towards the A bomb site, but I hadn't actually spotted the player in Mexico. They do a good job of dropping the bomb carrier on their rotation over to the weaker defended site. But yeah, Noise, that was a stunning couple of kills. To see our game and just about cling on to things in the midst of the carnage. Can they keep this one a little cleaner? We'll have to wait and see, as actually almost a stronger buy for Clutch Gaming here.
Again. CR Gaming can test for banana this time. Clutch Gaming have to give it up a little bit. Deep smoke will cause further delay, and actually now with further util being thrown over towards top mid 2, you can see Clutch are looking for answers here of how to deal and how to approach this round. A reflash into banana, try and see if they can make this going, and actually currently it's only Risk who is sitting there with his AWP, has to fall back all the way to coffins. And with that, they lose a lot chunk of information as to where Clutch Gaming could be heading. Flash down on A. Maybe that's the call. And with Ruben, that is one. But immediately, he is stuck in a corner. And there's nowhere that he can escape to. Izza finds a follow-up. And with this, a player advantage now for Clutch.
Yeah, Wendy, though, makes light work of Izza. And hold on a minute, it's all fallen apart in a matter of seconds. 9-10 dances around the side boxes, misses the no-scope. And Wendy will capitalise. Big 3k from the back of the site there from Wendy, who now sits 9-1 in only 4 rounds that we've played so far. It's a great scoreline, along with the 4-0. As Clutch are really slowing down off the back of their previous map win. My prediction was we go all the way. I'll be honest, I did think each team would pick up their own map picks. And yes, it is still early doors here on the second, but I'm a lot more impressed with the tenacity CR Gaming is showing coming out the gate than I was at the start of the previous. Nade falls a little short there for Ruben, but the MP9 doesn't, finds only one. Good trade from Noise, keeps things competitive, but that is a flashy shot from Risk, and although the nade misses, Izza walks into the open arms of Kate. That's the bomb dropped, and this should be nothing more than a cleanup here for the likes of CR Gaming. I say that, Miku's found a timing, but how much will this timing even impact the round as the bomb is dropped completely out of their realm? Big kills from Kate, and the round's already over. Only 30 seconds in.
Yeah, Miku now slowly wrapping back. Still super hyper-fixated up on apartments, of course. That is close to where the bomb is dropped. Not aware that a Risk is still in the pit. And even though Miku does get 1 kill eventually, it is all cleaned up by CR Gaming. 5 in a row! Man, you wouldn't say the Clutch Gaming, this is their map pick right now. It's looking very dire. And they are desperate for a round up on the table. Maybe this can be the one that is going to be another buy round. But I feel that there's a bit of a lack of protocol. This double stack, for example, over towards the A long side has been working out time and time again for CR Gaming, and it's very difficult for Clutch to take them out of their positions.
Clutch haven't been dealing with the crossfires of CR Gaming very well, but that is a very good way of dealing with Risk. Forcing them down to 54 and back onto the bomb site from whence they came, as Kira is also on the receiving end of damage. Kate's reload likely just about hurt by Clouden as well. Lots of little pieces of information are discovered here by Clutch. Can they capitalise off the back of any of them though? That's the more important part. Bomb collected. A regroup comes in, 2 flashes dropped as Kira holds an elevated off angle towards A long. The smoke will conceal their position for now. As Clutch Gaming look to force their way in towards brackets. At least that's what they're trying to give off. Bomb still sits towards top banana. And as time is ticking, Clutch are keeping both me and their opposition guessing.
They've been liking to play the rounds quite slowly. Now, once again, another flash. Oh, yeah, there we go. Flash is now being thrown out towards long. Immediately, we have Kira having to fall back towards Arch. And now, both angles completely smoked off. And this could be great. They're going to be pushing that smoke. And if they can catch this timing up on Kira, but instead, no. His inner clock is ticking too, and he swings at the perfect occasion. With this, Clutch Gaming, with only 15 seconds, they are still yet to wrap up on this B-bomb site.
Yeah, there is no time. They've left it too long on the side of Clutch. Risk now plucks them apart, as that is a flawless round in the end of it for CRG. I don't really know what happened there, if I'm honest with you, Villas. They had a nice bit of control, they've done good damage, and then they just stop.
Yeah. Ultimately, that smoke up on Arch, it is very nice, it is very risky to push, and they were, I feel like, overthinking the scenario a little bit. Eventually, they were eliminating all the options of where CTs could be, and then knowing that there was one in library, but they were with 3 players, I believe, over towards the A side. You can't even take a single player out on library. And, it is big rough for big trouble, and, well, already this round starting rough once more. It is 9-10 who goes down first. Only 1 kill to the table thus far. He did so much on the previous map. Only right now, things are looking dire. Up on pistols. And now, yeah, once again, beaten 1 by 1. It's far from ideal. Clutch Gaming now trying to wrap on through short. Maybe they could overwhelm. There's a risk though. Immediately swinging. And he's good for, well, not another. That's Kira doing all the rest of the work. And with this, 7 in a row, they are not looking to stop whatsoever.
Yeah, Chowran Gaming are on fire at the moment, and Clutch, well, they're going down in a ball of flames, it seems. This is their map pick, but you wouldn't think it. They've just been completely outmaneuvered by everything CR Gaming are doing, and even when they had an advantage, they let the clock become their worst enemy. They are their own worst enemy in a lot of these situations. Just indecisiveness, lack of ability to find that opening kill as Util pours back down banana. Controllers again heavily retained by CR Gaming as they have 4 players there to expend Util at the start of the round. But again, speaking of utility, there's not been much discipline on the side of Clutch Gaming. They've not really had enough in their back pockets towards the end of these rounds to go for their later execute plays, and when they're leaving the timer tick that low, you would expect them to be a little better at clinging on to the smaller parts of what make the greater machine turn. Cloudham doing their best secret agent impression right now, doing a bit of James Bonding. Needs to get off the chopping block soon. As the fight for banana has been won out by Clutch, but the problem is you can't plant on banana, you need the site itself, and Wenzy waits there patiently with Ruben as Kira catches Cloudham walking through a smoke. Wenzy fights strong, but Miku and Noise, they find a frag apiece, and for the first time in quite some time, we have ourselves a post plant for the T side. Can they hold on?
I mean, the post plant, this was certainly something that was very strong on Overpass. Now let's see if they can do the same thing. Time is certainly ticking. As now, Flash comes on in. Doesn't really do that much. Nuke still has enough time to go and fall back. Even though this time it was a nade, not a flash. Ooh. He does catch a timing. Risk is so low. So is Nuke though. He throws away the weapon, switches to a different one. Actually, no, he picked it up. But honestly, I think they're all gonna die. Ooh! Ooh, they're very lucky. I thought with Inferno and the bomb radius, they were gonna go down, but lucky them. Clutch Gaming survived with 3 of them. That's at least some extra cash now that they don't have to spend on this next round. And hopefully this can now be a bit of a buffer moving into the later stages of this half.
You know the worst thing I've seen on Inferno lately is, I was casting a game back over in Europe, and the bomb was planted like on the middle top of the A bomb site, And a player died saving top banana. That's how bad the bomb radius is right
Yeah.
now. I was shocked. I mean, they've expanded the bomb radius to try and make saving less of a problem, but arguably saving is now more of a problem because you have to start saving even sooner if you want to get outside of that bomb radius. That's just my 2 cents here. We're coming into the 9th round of play. No saving at all across both sides. It is a full gun round. It is an important one for both to win as Noise ensures that Brackets is being kept under pressure. Cloud and leaps out of the apartment. Kate has no time to react as he's overwhelmed, and now in this 5v4, Risk and Kira in tough positions. Clouden actually tanked by the ult, but it won't be enough for a frag as that's a big flick from Risk there. Continuing to dance around, they find another. My goodness, Ruben chimes in as well. Risk, massive stuff from the back of the bomb site. No scope to find a third to their tally, and that is a nightmare 8th on the board for CR Gaming as Clutch trail by 7 on their own map pick as their opponents win the half.
That was disgusting by Risk. Honestly, the work that he has put in thus far is paying off. But that was definitely some mistakes happening on the Clutch Gaming side. Their initial execute was nice. You know, they take out the mini-pit player, and from there on, you need to swarm the site. They know there was another one up on the site, just didn't quite know where he moved into. Only thing was, there was a gap in the smoke so big that Risk could still catch on the cross, and no one, not a single player, was looking out for him because one had already crossed a little bit further into Modo, expecting it to be clear. So yeah, it's these small mistakes that are going to be costing Clutch Gaming, though this time around, at least a good opening by Miku. Now let's see if they can convert into more.
I still can't believe that the Yorpers allowed that much presence on the A bomb site in the previous. Hold on a minute, Clouden gets a timing. They got an entry kill in the previous round and an important second come this one, but Risk is still alive and we saw how godly they can perform under pressure in the previous. Will they be able to match that performance as Kira's forced out and somehow gets Izza? Oh, Kira! They're the hero this time as Clouden does at least trade back, but somehow they're still alive in this 2v2. Miku, in middle, doesn't go for the spam, doesn't give up their position, and I like that discipline. But as time ticks on down, there is a smoke deployed, a flash allows Clouden to get into pit, they find the first, and Miku the second. Big round there from Clutch, but they do still trail by 6. Pretty high octane stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, let's see if they can keep this rolling. Ultimately, of course, the gap between these two teams is quite big. Money hasn't been completely shut down just yet. But, this certainly could be the beginning of a comeback. Immediately try to go for Banana once again. Wenzi now under quite a bit of pressure, but Clutch Gaming actually abort the mission on the back of counter util being thrown in. So, right now, take things a bit slower. With this, actually, a peak coming out up on top middle, and that is the opportunity for 910 to make his art work. Maybe a bit late, because of course the economy wasn't quite favouring Clutch Gaming, so not always being able to afford the art, but we know what he can do once he has the big green in his hand.
There's a nice opener there from the likes of 910, but will they be able to come up against a Risk as they sit actually patiently towards Banana? Ruben goes good for 1 on long. Noise will trade, and now Risk picks up the pace a little. Oh, they can actually catch 910 here. Big kill there from Risk. They catch a perfect timing. Can they deal any more damage? Izza spots them. Risk adjusts, but will go down as a nade follows suit, but the nade doesn't do much. As said, Wenzi and Kira having great games so far, need to be the ones to try and bring this back into contention. It's not going to happen. Noise and Izza deal with the threat rather nicely. As Clutch Gaming are slowly working their way back into this T-side. From 8-1 to 8-3. With a limited buy here. Clutch can probably swing their way onto a 4th and actually have ourselves a bit of a competitive half here. They just took a very long time to get out the starting gates.
Protocols have been looking a lot better though. I love this. Bit of a boost actually coming out from Wendy on the flip side though. They immediately do fire back, and maybe that's now an opening towards the A side instead. CR Gaming are left in the C to respond. Might want to push down Banana and realize soon Clutch Gaming have indeed moved away. Right now, Big Test is up for Kate though. Moving a bit more into the side. Oh, and this is big. Who's catching the push? Maybe even a potential second player to be found. Needs to be careful. Nate will be thrown right into his face. And if he dies, that might leave CR Gaming with another advantage. There's a rotation already up. The information is present. As Clutch Gaming now will be executing. Maybe these smokes will be enough here to deal with the CTs. But Kate is still up the site. Now Ruben, he does die, but with Kate still standing tall, maybe has done enough. It's a 1v2, Wendy full HP, though no kid in his bank. The time will be important factor. He pushes the molly, and that will be enough. A good setup here. Once again, Clutch Gaming, they are on the roll.
Yeah, Kate was standing tall, but they ran out of ammo and were forced to use a USP to try and find 3 kills on short. Just wasn't going to be enough. A dink is landed, but Clutch convert the round, and with that, there is no real money left in the back pockets of CR Gaming. And Chao ran out of money. Not the best of places to be in. EQ on the Mac 10 looking to farm up onto these pistols, get a little bit of bonus cash as an ASEC comes on down, works onto 910. It is Miku, Cloud and Izza. Yeah, they patch things up pretty quickly, leaving just Kate on a Deegan armor. Cloud spots them, goes for a messy spray, will allow another frag to come through for Kate, but with that, it's 3 players left alive. And Clutch find a convincing 5th, and that is now 4 rounds in a row, Veerless, as they are straight back actually into contention for the rest of this half.
Yeah, maybe. They'll be having another 6 to 9 half, who knows? Only, of course, the flip side in comparison to Overpass was that Clutch Gaming was in the driver's seat. Right now, CR Gaming technically have already won the half. But if the momentum now on the latter stages is switching towards Clutch Gaming, and then we're going to be switching sides, Clutch Gaming on CT side, they might have enough of firepower in order to take this one home to 0. The CT hold is good though. Kira with 3, and he's not even done yet. Needs to reload, and that will become the end of it. But still, he has done so much. Found a player advantage now for CR. Oh, the timing. Good positioning here. And Izza actually finds Kate. A very nice cleanup, and suddenly everything has flipped. Wenzi now in a 1 versus 2 once again.
Oh, they spotted both of the players, though. Find the first kill. Izza decides to push forward. Flash goes completely amiss. Way too high. Over the roof towards top mid there. If they'd have just positioned that flash a little bit better, they would have been a full blinded player awaiting them. But instead, it's a Clutch. A 1v1 victory as Clutch Gaming are right back into the driver's seat. That's 5 rounds won in a row here. And they're looking for potentially the closest half-line score you can ask for at 8-7. A replica, almost, of what we had on Overpass. It came down to the wire, but it was 9-6 come the end of it. Regardless of Overpass, though, I can't believe that we're this close. 8-1 to 8-6. And Wenzi. Okay, that is a nice double trade there. After a no-scope from 9-10 finds him the opening advantage. It is a 4 versus 3, but we see how quickly those advantages can flip as Izza. Are they really going to push a smoke here? Bad timing. Risk gets 2. No way they're allowed to live for that long as Wendy actually comes in to support. It's another 9-6. But with CR Gaming finding their footing, maybe there's a chance for them to cling on.
Well, maybe we will find out if they can come back after the short break. Welcome back, everyone. Currently, we have another 9-6 half, only this time it is favoring CR Gaming. Now, they have been on a roll, but Clutch Gaming certainly towards the latter stages of half number 1, they were showing that they still had firepower left inside of them to potentially take this map down as well and make it a 2-0. But it certainly won't come easy, as right now, 3 players stacked over towards this B side, but maybe those on A need to be feeling the heat. One already taken out. A CR now going to be lining up Util to take home this bomb site.
Yeah, Izza takes home the first frag though as Kate falls down on the lurk roll, but hold on a minute. Miku, the only player left on A, finally spotted out as Ruben makes a bit of a meal out of it, but gets the kill across. Not before Noise deals with Kira though. Risk does set the bomb down in the meantime, so into a 3v3 we find ourselves. Miku tries to draw some fire towards Library, as Izza jumps across towards the short side. Ruben very lucky to still be alive here as shots rattle on past their head. Wenzi now waiting though, catches him off guard. Big double up from Wenzi and Risk as Ruben finds the final frag, and that is now 10-6. As CR Gaming, the Chaoran boys, finally get themselves back in the right headspace.
Yeah, making double digits here is big, you know, especially Clutch Gaming being on CT side, therefore not having a penny that they can spend going into this next round. Only thing that they have is 2 flashes in the hands of Nuke. So maybe they could take them a bit off guard if the flashes are timed right, but ultimately it will be very difficult. An A stack here that will be coming out with Banana now already being taken pretty much for free.
Yeah, with this Banana control, I mean, CR already have a pretty free round. It's 5 USPs and 2 flashbangs. Yes, I've seen the now RIP Copenhagen Flames. I've seen them win against Bad News Eagles with a single flashbang and 5 USPs on a full gun round. But this is a very different ballgame. Kira gets 3 for the price of 1. That's not too bad. Would be keen to prevent Miku from saving that kill over. As Noise peeks down middle, tries to take a long-range gunfight against 2 AKs and a MAC-10. Probably not the best idea, as Noise is now being viciously hunted. Doesn't want to give that money up to Wenzi. And hold on a minute, they could potentially draw into Miku's crosshairs, but look at the pace from Wenzi here. There's no slowing them down. Noise hides around the corner, as Miku does actually get down to the bottom of Banana as the hunt continues. Shoulder spotted, round is over, 11-6. And we are back to a 5-round lead here for the Chinese Hong Kong squad.
And now you have a big margin to work with. Your chance of taking home this map and making it a 3rd. And this is the time. Only right now, of course, Clutch will have their respective buy up on the table. Potentially, well, it's a pretty even buy, I should say. There is a bit more util on the side of CR Gaming, but they are also playing with 2 MAC-10 still to their boards. Now, let's see. They've been very hungry towards Banana the last couple of rounds, but instead, Clutch Gaming throwing a lot of util to take home at least that part of the map. Whereas CR is on the way to clear out apartments. There's 1 player there, and the MAC-10. Wenzi, of course, the one to stride. 90 kills already for him. He's taking another one to the list.
Izza runs to an early demise against Risk, but hold on a minute. Noise and 910 on the bomb site itself are holding off at least temporarily. Kate shuts the last 2 down though. And that's a big round for CRG to be winning. They are keeping this series very competitive. Clutch, of course, won their map pick. CRG looking to trade on over as they now lead the charge 12-6 with double the round count of their opposition. As much as Clutch were able to find their footing in the second half of our first half of play, they've looked a little defunct since. And with them losing their opening gun round, they have just a Mag-7, a Scout, and 3 upgraded pistols. About 2 of those pistols are CZs. You very rarely see more than 1 CZ per team these days. As, okay, Wenzi already removes the Scout from play. It will be retrieved by Clouden, but it appears there has been in the clouds a little bit here, as they sit 7-16. Not as much impact as the previous map. And the AKs are already looking for another long-range duel.
immediately Miku out through the smoke. But 2 being tagged up. This round screams trouble. It's a bit of a half buy, so ultimately on the next one, I feel they still should have enough money in order to have another full one, but there's not that many rounds anymore to work with. Ooh, but the Swag 7 tries to jump for another. Well, of course, there's been so much jumping action already going down towards Banana. It gets held. So, no further problems up ahead. And now with Clouden being smoked off on this angle as well, I don't think that there's that much that he could do. Hopes to push. Actually denies that bomb plant. That's quite big. Now 1 versus 3. It's 9-10 up in the CZ. Slowly sneaking through the ruins. But as the smoke fades, Kate's can easily pick it up, adding some more kills to his own board as well. And with this, CR Gaming is on a roll, 13-6.
Yeah, the last time I saw a CZ clutch was Artist on no, not Into the Breach, Viperio. It was on Anubis versus Lettuce Cook. He gets 2 one-taps with the CZ in middle as he hides behind the wall, and then manages to win out the rest of the round with an AK. It was ridiculous, and I'd love to see another CZ clutch one day, but it's just not as good as the 5-7 in 9 out of 10 scenarios. Again, I was shocked to see 2 of them in play for the CT side there. I'm even more shocked to see that CR Gaming are winning 13-6 right now. They really let the end of that first half slip out of their fingers, as somehow Noise doesn't catch the first player slipping out a boiler. Okay, nice stuff there by Wendy. They're looking for more, as they completely overlook Clouden, but still go back, adjust their crosshairs, find the kill, and win out the A-bomb site. This should be a 14th, all things considered, as it has been a dominant showing from CR Gaming here on Inferno. Issa can't even find that frag as they're dinked on down to 11.
Good idea to throw in a nade, but at the end of the day, CR Gaming might survive with all 5 of them once again. And Clutch have no chance, no choice but to save and try again the next. But the gap is just getting bigger and bigger already here. 8 rounds that will then be between them, which is very difficult to come back from. Even though we've seen actually CR get quite close, but it was sort of still always within the contesting range. Right now, here on Inferno, this is really looking like CR Gaming's map.
Yeah, I mean, they have been absolutely indomitable on this second half. No response at all yet from Clutch Gaming, despite it being their map pick. Oh, has he got it? Almost. He's lining it up. No, okay, that's unfortunate. It takes a true professional, a master of sensitivity to line up with a fan there. But regardless of silly gimmicks like that, CR Gaming, they're not messing around. No jokes here. They're a serious competitor in this series, and they are determined to find that second place spot in Group A. Because that's what we're fighting for right now. This is the matchup with the most to gain and most to lose going on today in the Asian region. Yeah, as CR Gaming now lead by 8 rounds. There is a lot of catching up that Clutch Gaming need to do. And I don't even know if they have it in the tank, but 9-10 does have one to the tally. Big shot onto Risk and a follow-up onto Ruben. Winning in this 5 versus 3. Kate's got to do that if they want to keep it competitive. That is massive from Kate.
Just when you think Clutch Gaming is going to be having that very first round up on the board, you know, 2 players advantage. That is not nothing. Only right now, they are striking back in an incredible fashion, though. Rotation is on the way. The bomb's still yet to cross to the site. But a supportive flashbang, so the cross can be into full effect with Winsy then left to deal with the flank. He has heard the footsteps there of 9-10, so that is information gained. And then that leaves 2 more CTs to deal with. All of them now wrapping in from CT. A good flashbang in. Nuke looking the wrong way. And it's entry after entry. CR looking for map point, and they will get it. 3 players surviving once more. Money through the roof. And they are just eating them up.
Yeah, it looks like Clutch Gaming just became too complacent. After winning the previous map, they had a very slow start to this game. And then after they did manage to thread a good couple of rounds together, they weren't able to really get anything else done. They've not had a single round in this half. In fact, they've been looking foolish half the time as CL Gaming. They just look like an incredibly well put together squad here. Cake, hero of the previous round, he found that incredible 2K towards Banana. As Noise, if he's not careful, might be joining that tally. Cake goes for the reload, pushes through the smoke. A little bit of an unnecessary overextension there, but Wendy does at least find a trade. And Noise is low off the back of that util. 4v4, but Clouden catches a timing. Big kill onto Wendy. And maybe this is the opportunity they needed to get their, finally, first round on the board for Clutch.
Both still into full effect. Nuke has been up on this angle a couple of times. He was expecting maybe a flash to be there, but he's still good for one. MeQ funds 2 follow-up kills, and with this, they shut down the round completely. So, Clutch Gaming is still in it, but keep in mind that the money is so stable right now for CR that it's not going to be hurting them whatsoever. They could even afford another loss and still buy. So the chances of taking home this map are very, very real. The pressure's still up for Clutch Gaming.
Yeah, CR Gaming have got money for days. Full util. Throw an AWP in there for good measure. Everyone's got their Kevlar. Clutch Gaming on the flip side of 2 players that haven't even hit double digits in the fragging department yet. It's just not been going particularly well for them. On the flip side, Wenty has been incredibly consistent across both maps. In fact, more than consistent. Overperforming. I think it was 27 kills for Wenty on the previous map and they still lost. And now 23 and 11 is where they sit, and over 2 KD. As CR Gaming have more than twice the rounds of Clutch. And yeah, there's nothing that I can really fault them on so far. This second half has been fantastic. One of the best team halves I've seen in a while. There's Risk. Good trade off of Gwenzy's death there. Meaning now we're into the 4 versus 4. Ruben has taken a decent chunk of damage as Clutch now would have to win 8 in a row to equalise, not win. That chance has been taken away from them, and now as we see a CR stack up towards a bracket, I start to worry a little bit for Clouden's position.
Well, so far so good. 1L ready, a flash now to come on through. Ruben actually blinded, but patience does pay off. Clouden eventually tries to swing, and that will be punished. So with this, it's still a 3-on-3. The time, though, is of the essence. It's only a couple of seconds before the timer is up. Now, at least the smoke to deal with 1 CT, but they're not predicting MeQ's position whatsoever. The time, it's only 8 seconds. Ruben does swing, but has to fall back. Nothing that he can do, at least here in the remainder of this round. So, with this, Clutch Gaming, they do clutch it out once again. But I do feel that it was more so to do with CR Gaming's lack of decision-making here in this round than it was with Clutch Gaming.
Yeah, I don't really know why they decide to run B with that little time left. They've got no information onto the site. They do have 1 player top Banana, but surely he should have given the call that, yeah, I don't hear any rotations over, guys. I've not heard anyone coming to B. But yeah, with such little information and so little time, despite already having kills over towards the A-bomb site, that is a great start from 9-10. But it wasn't a great round in the previous from CR Gaming. Clutch, though, as they continue to clutch up these rounds, look to continue searching forward, there is still ample opportunity for them to get back into this map. It would require 7 rounds in a row, admittedly, 9 total. But it's not outside the realms of possibility. We've seen crazier things happen in Counter-Strike. But for Chaoran, I think that might just crumble their confidence, resulting in an almost certain loss in OT. We could still win this round out, though. They've got the util for it. They got the manpower. As they stack up towards the B bomb site, they're looking to get ready for another execute, but oh, 9-10's given another difficult shot, admittedly, but he makes it in his stride as MeQ bags 2 more, and Ruben's left in a 1v5. Does find 1 kill, but I have a feeling that might be it. And it's a no-scope to add insult to injury.
Yeah, and this is now looking a lot better. They are having near to clean rounds. The only question, of course, is this maybe coming a tad bit too late? Because at the end of the day, they're still on that point here for CR Gaming. With now, though, at least pistols that will be up in hand. Not everyone can fully buy up. It's only Kira with a bit more money in the bank. So, they would have to sacrifice only this time around. Actually, Kira does invest into a Galil. I mean, he definitely has the money in order to do so. So, a bit of extra cash could be nice in order to have yourself some extra firepower. And now, quick they will go. Of course, they have already lost risk, which is far from ideal. So, maybe instead, you just have to try and overwhelm these riflers. Oh, well, going on 1v1 maybe is not the best strategy.
Yeah, it's a 5 versus 3 right now for Clutch Gaming as they are starting to pick up a bit of momentum here. I'm a little bit scared at the moment to see our Gaming and their inability to close this one out as 9-10 is more than activated, gets ready for another follow-up kill. Big stuff on the sidearm as Kira doesn't clear their corners but somehow gets away with murder. 1 versus 3 now for the man of the hour. Can Kira close out another frag onto Noise as they push in towards Mexico? Will they even clear Mexico here? Up against an AWP, it's quite difficult to do so. Kira isn't going to clear underneath them, but they also don't make a sound. Their unscoping is silent, and I don't think Noise has any idea that they've gotten past them. Oh, but they see the barrel of the gun. Look to grab a P250 as a sidearm as Kira walks straight in towards where Clouden is holding. Wait, no. Oh, Kira misses the shot. There was a chance. 3 isolated duels for Clutch Gaming. Isolate another round win as that lead shrinks to 5.
Five more rounds to go, but it's another buy here coming out for CR Gaming. The stakes are once again quite high. But at least with the momentum now on their side, maybe this is going to be going into the heads of CR a little bit. Of course, them being on T side, that means the pressure certainly is on. Uni are the ones that need to be making the moves. Once again, hope to see if they can contest for Banana for the time being. As soon as all those incendiaries fade, they can start to creep up a little bit more. And Clutch Gaming actually takes a bit more of a passive approach, a bit further and deeper down on the site.
They're biding their time here. Well, they don't need to overextend, especially whilst CR Gaming's economy continues to dwindle, but as soon as I compliment them for their passive nature, Clouden gets bodied by Kira, waltzing through the apartments down towards T stairs. And that causes problems. That's the first opening kill we've seen from Sharon Gaming in quite some time. I have a feeling they mean to capitalise on it.
Slowly setting up. On the flip side, though, they're throwing a bit of util in order to fake out this A-bomb site. We'll keep Miku busy for the time being. He's sitting in library. Also needs to keep his eyes up on large, because the wrap could certainly be a possibility. But once again, CR Gaming will leave it to the nick of time in order to work with this push. Miku finds that Kira, the lurker, once again taken out, and maybe opportunity still up ahead here for Clutch. Nudes finds one, and immediately the pressure's back on. Izado is the only one who could still fire, but the support flashbang is doing wonders here. Wenzi only good for 1, and once again, a round that completely is going in shambles.
Oh, that was painful to watch from CR Gaming. Why step right out in the open to throw your smoke when you could have thrown it from the safety of Banana? You had full control. None of their decision making in these past couple of rounds has made complete sense, and the fact they keep waiting to the last 20-30 seconds to pull off a full site execute, especially with weaker weaponry, it's just beyond me. There's no need to pull a play so dangerous as that when you have such a huge lead, as Miku ensures that lead is switched over to Clutch Gaming side, at least in this round. Ruben mullered as Caesar gets nothing done. Cloud and Miku 9-10 all take damage, but they're dishing out the pain instead as Wenzi 1 versus 5. Finds one. Nuke spotted, but Cloud now closes the gap. And as much as they do get tagged, the util is expended, and there is nothing that can come of this round for CR Gaming. It's just bad Counter-Strike from them right now. And that is just rude from Miku.
Even more blind. Just spraying and hitting headshot. Dirty. But, yeah, I am not sure how Clutch Gaming are able to get this close. Of course, every single time I'm going to say, oh, watch out, there's going to be another buy round. But we have been in this rodeo now for a very large chunk of rounds. And CR Gaming are still yet to close it out. The gap was so big and we were all convinced this should be easy. They are in the lead, they're in pole position, only right now they're struggling. And the Counter-Strike that they were playing, it's like it's not there anymore.
Oh, Wenzy taking... Oh, they're going to go down! They're going to die to the util! Wenzy, what are you doing? They're practically killing themselves at this point for Clutch Gaming, as Risk does at least find a trade. We've seen individual drop-offs across the board here from the T side, as complacency is an understatement. Just sitting around doing nothing until the last 30 seconds of the round and then all exploding into an unfortunate and early demise. Risk does at least try and get a bit of extra util raining on down. A bit of help, a bit of cover as Issa covers all the bases. Risk down to 34 and Ruben receives a nice tickle in the process. 3-player stack towards a safe bomb site. Nothing is going right for CR Gaming. And again, Velas, the time is just ticking away. And they have no more map control than a mere speck of mid-brackets.
At least they are holding the flank for the time being, so just in case that B-push would come on through. But look at this. Support flashes and immediately, as soon as they swing, so does Izza. And they keep a player advantage up on their table now. A boost coming about. They do hold their flanks, and maybe there's now a moment for them to get fired up. But two CTs are still present. They need to take on both. Cloud and Dome swings from above, drops down, and gets all three. They are still in this, and Clutch, well, they are keeping it going. 13 to 15, with money still now being in a bit of an iffy place here for CR.
We're watching a collapse in front of our very eyes here, Velas. Nothing going right for CR Gaming, and it is entirely their fault. I don't know why they changed up what they were doing before. Yes, Clutch are better adapting to what they're throwing at them, but not to this degree. Noise top middle now stares on down as CR Gaming. They're about to lose Kate. Izza does take big damage though, but on 3 HP and a Tech 9, 3 more upgraded pistols to boot. Wenzy the only rifler here. They're just not filling me with any confidence. They're not going to have too much money for the final round of the half either. It will still be a buy, but regardless, the buys have done nothing for them. Please wake up, CR Gaming. You need to give us a little bit more fight than this, and that is what we need. Big opener from Risk. Noise goes down, a rifle's retrievable. 9-10 misses a shot and instead gets taken down to 15. Is this really the round where CR Gaming find their footing? They got 2 low HP players. This might just be it.
2 are extremely low, and then you still have a Wenzy, who is of course up on 25 kills, so is Risk. Never say never. But CR Gaming, once again, are going to be falling back towards the B side. Maybe have to leave it to the very last couple of seconds again. It's going to be so tight. Clutch Gaming, though, not quite sure as to what the plan is of CR. A bit scared to try and contest. Ultimately, you're a player down. You have 2 that are very low. And Cloud now gets taken out on B. Now, Miku needs to come alive. He's the only full health player here for Clutch Gaming. He does rotate in through the ruins. Can he get another kill? Yes, he can. Now the time, the fire is up. Clutch Gaming, can you do more?
What a 90-degree flick there from Ruben. It was majestic as Izza continues to fight back. Risk sitting patiently down Banana. That's been smoked off. It's just 2 pistols versus 2 rifles here. One of them AWPing, but the problem is, look at their health. 2 bullets from either of these 2 guns will take down both of them. They can even line up for a collateral. Hero's Risk starts to slowly ebb their way a little further forward. Kira spots 1, sees the second. Oh no, 910 is missing everything. So is Risk, but there's not enough time. They tap the bomb with the defuse. Oh my goodness, it's down to the wire, but it's not going to have enough time. What a way to finish as finally Chaoran Gaming take us to a 3rd and final map. I can't quite believe it myself, but Clutch, what a comeback effort.
Oh man, I'm honestly a little gutted because that was a very weird way to be winning it out after just being slapped left and right in that second half. This is the one that they, I guess, you know, try to scramble everything together and make it work. Ultimately, the lead that they were already building was gonna be enough. You know, we were saying time and time again, you know, we'd only need 1 round in order to take it to a 3rd map, and eventually we have gotten it. No overtime, and a 3rd map is where we're going.
Yeah, going on to Nuke, it's an interesting one. I don't know what to expect after that Inferno, but I do know that we are about to expect a short break. Everybody needs a breather there, so whilst we wait for the next map to load on in, grab a drink, grab a snack, have a kickback, and we'll see you right back here in just a couple of minutes.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We are straight jumping into map number 3. That is going to be Nuke. And honestly, we had two very close affairs, both on map 1 and map 2. And right now, honestly, I can't even predict which way this is going to go.
Yeah, I've got no idea either. I know that CR Gaming on individual levels were pretty damn good throughout the majority of that previous map, but when it came to strategic depth, they did let themselves go a little bit, but Wenzi lets loose on towards the bomb site. As, oh wow, it's already almost over as I've started talking. Cloud and picks in 2 kills from above. And now into a 3 versus 2 we go. CL Gaming actually make it down to B with a bomb though. This is really nice dispositioning as Risk is lurking on A. Perfect positioning. And I made fun of their strategic depth just a moment ago, but I've already had to bite my words as it appears Clutch Gaming have all bitten bullets.
Set up with a perfect position now, and they know exactly where News is going to be coming from. Oh, does catch Risk on the way, but he's still alive, so ultimately, still a very difficult situation. Just, play with the door. I guess, you know, that works. Maybe you can force them to go down, but ultimately there's no kit. You're just hoping for a bit of extra kills, and that certainly is going to be at least going his way, but not before Risk takes him out. Risk sure goes down, but that is one hell of a pistol round. Exactly what you want if you are CR Gaming.
Well, we had a nice door stuck moment there, at least for the moment. They were playing with it, knocking it back and forth, and that does ultimately buy enough time to prevent Clutch Gaming from defusing. Head into this second round of play, though. Once the bomb is planted and the round is won by CR Gaming, there is still a decent buy behind Clutch here. Mag 7 on Miku. Always with the MP9. You know, this stacks up to be quite the tirade as Ruben and Kira eat a nade on their way down the vents, but they do actually make it fairly safely. Having said that, do they clear their corners? They do for the first part. Cloud and Falls, the double doors they're toyed with, but they're not open as Kira shuts to single and Miku gets shut out of the round. Nice stuff from Wenzi. Great 1D from 910. They look for more, but Risk shuts them down, and Izza on the CZ is the one to try and stabilize. Oh. Hold on a minute. They're on the bomb. This is big.
No way.
No, they've actually done it. They can just stick it. Izza's still defusing. Kane, you need to get a move on. Oh my god, they've done it. Under their noses, a second round defuse. That's as good as a ninja.
That was absolutely insane. That should not have happened. And the fact that one just starts to stick and there is so much confidence in your teammates. It is so beautiful to watch that he can just stick that. Then there's the Mat 10 to follow it up. Maybe almost even good for another kill, but so much time, so much delay. And CR left empty-handed with that. It's going to be a bit of a struggle now to go and reinvest. They are going to go for it. But you can see Kira has no weapon but a deagle. There's a scout in the hands of Risk. Though, right here on the flip side, Clutch Gaming, of course, they still have a limited amount of util here as well. Just an incendiary smoke and a flash alongside a couple of rifles and 2 MP9s.
I'm still trying to recover from what just happened in the previous round, though, as CZ effectively ninja defuses because of a lapse in communication for CL Gaming. They don't realise that the bomb is still being stuck, and as they go in to check, the bomb's already been defused, and there was like a 2-second gap there as well. As Kate, have they been able to find a gap as Noise? Oh, this is perfect. They do actually check up, but because Noise is so far back tucked, they're only good for the single frag as Wenzi spins on in and finds yet another. As I said, Wenzi, a very consistent piece of the puzzle as Kira, lurking in towards lobby, deals a killing blow to Izza as Cloud and trades but is put down low. This is such a wild start to our third and final map.
Immediately the pressure is back on, but the timing is so good. Clouden goes down, even though he was quite low, but now doesn't even take that much effort. Risk and would effortlessly pick him up at the support there of Wenzi as well. And with this, CR Gaming, they do keep it going. They strike back immediately. And with this, they're sending Clutch Gaming into force territory. There's barely any cash in their own banks right now. Maybe the pistols can do it once again. Just maybe.
There's a chance. there's a small chance. I wouldn't want to rule them out entirely. Those cheeky pistols have been known to cause carnage in the past and in this series. Wenzi, though, looks to do the same with his AK. I keep reading it as Wendy. My apologies, Ruben, though. Looking to round the corner. Rounds the jaw of 9-10 in the process. As into the 5 versus 4 we go. Clutch Gaming not looking like they're going to have too much of a say in this round as the lower bomb site is again pressured. They've been pretty damn good at finding lower bomb site presence as Kira lurking on the roof catches Cloud and overextending. The pistols get very little done. This does look to replicate success though, and they might actually catch a timing here, but, well, CL Gaming, they catch the lower site. And that will be a free plant and a free round. And Ruben might just get a free kill.
There we go. EQ is out. And it's only News and Izza left. Ooh, maybe an opportunity ahead. There we go. They've been pretty clean on these Deagles. And at least if you could save a rifle, that would be so big. There we go. News takes home another kill. Now, you potentially could even be doing more damage. He's feeling the Deagle, not even holding the AK in his hand. But needs to be careful. There's another player in lobby hunting down. Hoping for another kill. And there we go. Kira takes home at least News with Izza right around the corner. But the swing is so good. These pistols deliver once more. And it definitely keeps y'all's economy at quite a low end.
Yeah, that was a lot more damage than I anticipated there from the pistols, but ultimately the CL Gaming economy is a lot stronger. Clutch, they do nice damage, but their own economy won't be strong enough for them to bring anything into this other than Noise's Deagle. Yeah, 4 AKs and a MAC-10, the perfect weapon to farm up a Storm and farm up some cash. The CL Gaming look for a 4-round start on the T side of Nuke. Now, Nuke is the most CT-sided map in the pool, so 5 rounds on your T side is a bare minimum. 6 is a number that you can be happy with, and we've seen a couple of 9-6s so far this series. And that's pretty much the regularly occurring scoreline as Wenzi, regularly in the kill feed, will be traded by a gorgeous 1D from Noise. Noise has honestly been the most impressive Deagler all day. I hope we get to see even more of it before this series comes to an end, but unfortunately nice 1Ds are only going to be good enough if they're found in quick succession, which again has been possible and delivered upon earlier in the series. But otherwise CL Gaming should be delivering us a 4th round and a 3-round lead over Clutch Gaming on 1.
And so far, this is a really good start. You know, them being on T-side, we all know how Nuke is definitely still one of the more CT-sided maps currently in the pool. Ooh, they take home another kill here up on Ruben. Only good for a MAC-10 here, and definitely the fight will be won here instead by Wendy. So, they keep it alive with 3 players once more. CL Gaming this time slowly stabilizing. A bit more money in the bank. Clutch Gaming can try again. Certainly we've seen how close these rounds have been, even on a couple of pistols. So now I'm curious to see, once the 4 rifles come and out, how will they deal with this attacking side?
Well, hopefully a little better than the pistols have been able to manage, as CL Gaming have managed to steep themselves a little bit of a lead here. Okay, though. Do they clear their corners? Yes, they do. Noise immediately removed from play. Nicely done there on the outside plate. Is it up in the heavens, though? Are they going to get challenged? It appears not, as Miku is next in the line of fire. Smoke dropped down towards Squeaky. His windows are broken in lower. Ruben's already made it to secret, as 2 of his teammates have pushed down. Kate and Risk taking a bit of a risky maneuver here. EQ sits patiently round the first corner, but I can't imagine they'll get too much done in a 1 versus 4. As they have a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. They go for a double crab walk, but at least the trade comes in quickly. And Molotovs will deny fast rotations through vent. Not that they'll need rotations, as Cloudon's already on the bomb site, only gets 1, and that's a big frag from Kate.
So clean as well. Mechanical skill is certainly up on pawn here for CR Gaming, once again in a very advantageous position with only Izza. No kit, just a nade. And a rifle in his hands. Oh, and he's about to be hunted down. There we go. Completely blind. Teamwork once again is up on the table. CR just yeah, you know, they had one slip up, but other than that, it's definitely looking solid here.
Yeah, I mean, 5 rounds on the T-side of Nuke, as I mentioned already, is the minimum benchmark. And they found it in 6 rounds. This starts to get a bit worrying for Clutch Gaming. Excuse me. We did see them have a massive resurgence in the previous game, though, after being 8-1 down. Wasn't quite enough come the end of it, though, and that is my main concern. They're not really buying themselves enough chances here as Noise and Miku... Well, they do exactly the opposite. They buy themselves a huge chance in this round. Rift does at least trade onto 1. 9-10, though, getting a little cheeky around a main. Won't be able to find the frag, the finishing blow with the USP. It was a lot to expect out of them, but Miku does still have an AK. Kate, are they aware of this position? Are they aware of the crossfire? Well, they don't have to be, as Kira will deal with this, and Miku will be felled. 6-1 now for CR Gaming, as they managed to get a wrangle on what could have been a very messy round.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very good recovery. I was a bit scared at the beginning with how fast-paced the CTs were trying to approach that. But on the flip side, CR Gaming standing tall. And with this, the pressure slowly is starting to build. You know, you want to deliver up on your CT side. Maybe now can be the chance. 9-10, who was doing so much work on the op over an overpass. I'm expecting a lot to come out of this. He's playing from garage with the support then from main of Nudes. But certainly, Clutch Gaming need to be coming alive right here, right now.
Yeah, I'd love to see a little bit more vigor from this Clutch Gaming side. It's something that's been absent in every capacity for these past couple of rounds. They're just not getting the kills required. They're playing a little disjointedly, but Noise brings the pain. Down goes Kate outside. Oh, lobs a Molotov in towards the trophy room. Wenzy does avoid it, at least for now, but forces forward. Cloudham, that is beautifully done. A 2-man advantage now to the side of Clutch Gaming. And finally, we have some signs of life from the CT side. Ruben solo peeking down towards Secret. Could catch Noise off guard here. But even still, if they look to close down this A bomb site, they've got a rather tall order on their hands.
Well, some action certainly is going to come down. Newt is here, actually caught by Kira. That is a very big kill to be finding, but still, the 2 players' advantage that are up on the table make things very difficult here for this T side. Kira is now just solely planting that bomb, hoping that's going to be enough. Ultimately, though, too much CT side presence this time around. And with this, they're going to grab their 2nd round up on the board. Honestly, this looked a lot better. Very, very clean. And immediately, as soon as some skin was showing from CR, they were able to hit them with either counter use in this case, and straight up firepower looked so much better.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming actually winning a round convincingly with 3 left alive should be enough to get their mental back in the game. Get their minds focused. I'm shutting down CR Gaming before things get a little bit too out of hand. 9-10. Look towards outside early, as we have ourselves another gun round here. Great timing on that door pop, though. Flashbang sails through as the door's blown off, but Miku blows away Wenzy. This is a lovely spray towards Squeaky, fully blinded as well. Noise chimes in for more. Kira finally trades, but they're dinked in the process, down to 12. And in this 4v3, Clutch Gaming, they're finding a rhythm, getting a hold of things. And while 6 rounds on a T side is great, I have a feeling that Clutch Gaming won't allow them much more in this half, and they start to grind down their opposition.
Only 6 HP and an 8. Oh, beautiful stuff coming out. Oh man, Clouden just finishes them off, all 3 of them. That was just beautiful. And Clutch Gaming with this, definitely slowly stabilizing here on this on the CT side. Ultimately, of course, there's still a bit of a gap to make up for, but certainly good signs of life for the time being. Immediately putting that pressure back on the lid for CR Gaming.
Yeah, that was another fairly clean endeavour from the CT side, as now a generous force buy for CR Gaming. Ruben has a Desert Eagle, but the rest of them have buys behind them. Nintendo will look to ensure that Kate has nothing behind them, as they take them down pretty promptly towards outside. And Wenzy takes damage in the process. Ruben will go on a retrieval mission, finds the fallen AK, but Clouden looks to drop a couple more. As the Molotov rains on through, trapping and isolating the two waves of assault. Wenzy does good to get out up close and personal, but only finds one before being traded, leaving Ruben and Kira in another 2 versus 4. Nice start. Can they follow up? No, they can't. Izza locks them away, closes up the round. Can they throw away the key, though, as Izza pushes down on Kira's position, gets a great timing, and finds a fourth on the board for the CT side, as the economy is now broken for CR Gaming.
The flashes that Overpass was rammed was so key. It was very, very nicely done. And more the rotation already coming through from heaven, it just was clean. The communication seems to be on point. And Clutch Gaming certainly are showing signs of life right now. That AWP still yet to really frag out. 910 has been a bit quiet. But on the flip side, those riflers, Clouden, Nuke especially, have been doing wonders for the team. In fact, Nuke is top fragging here in the server with 11 kills.
Yeah, Noise has always been one of the front runners for Clutch Gaming. Again, their Deagle prowess has done wonders for them, even on the weaker buys. But as that timer ticks on down, they've been given a rifle up against the pistols, and I have a feeling that... Oh, hold on a minute. Okay.
That's a
hero
an
rifle
AK,
buy. No, they're going
yeah.
for the full force buy.
Oh, spicy.
I'm not entirely sure the reasoning behind it, though. They had a perfectly
rest-
competent buy come the next round.
Yeah, the other three are just staying up on pistols here and there, a bit of util. But, you know, 2 of them no armor. It's gonna be quite a bit of a weird round. You're gonna be heavily relying upon Risk and Kate here in order to make it work. Of course, here, the outside smokes will definitely buy them some time. Create a bit of confusion over towards that city side. Will actually
don't
make
do
them
it.
go in proactively, but oh, this is about to maybe be a massacre.
Okay.
Oh, it landed in the wrong corner, so with this, CL Gaming can still try and continue with their original plan. They split the head of one, but then there's BQ over on the left corner. And look at this, CTs once again grab a player advantage. But actually, maybe this could be enough for CR. If they could just find Clouden that's sitting right up on the site, that could open things up over towards that B side.
Right, I reckon they're going for a double swing here. Kira, if they take heaven control, will allow for Kate to come up the vent. But 910, are they aware of this possibility? I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. 910 is watching for a potential Kira flank. Great ult kill. That's unfortunate stuff, as now Kate goes for the bomb plant, doesn't realise Clouden is here. They probably shouldn't have opened the double doors on their original assault. It gives very little time for a reaction. The CL Gaming starting to get bodied a little bit here by Clutch. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of that buy in the previous round. Risk is now on a scout, Kate a Galil. Wenzy can buy an AK but will have limited util. Yeah, this should be an equalised scoreline, and as I said, I didn't anticipate CL Gaming to get many more than 6 after Clutch started to wake up and started to dominate a bit on this CT side of the affair.
Oh, that was a very nice kill. Another good opening, and immediately puts CR Gaming in the position to answer right back. It's their turn. Can they find a trait somewhere on the map? Make it even. And already they're struggling. Gonna be lining up utility for outside, it seems. Trying to find a bit of a different approach then to this round. It still had another player quite close who was already looking for openings outside. Whereas this time around, the Orpa playing from, I think it's inside of hell? Oh no, it's up in heaven. From the high ground. And if they cross, oh, there we go. Risk. Even though with a scout of his own, the Orp this time stands tall and short.
Oh no!
A couple of players crossing. But Ruby just standing out in the open as soon as the smoke fakes. That's a big mistake.
Nice trade from Wenzy. But Izza immediately responds, leaving Kate in a 1 versus 4 endeavor. Yeah, this has been a bit of a messier one than needs be. Kate now caught in between a rock and a hard place. Oh my god, the adjustment, but still a 1v2. That was a massive double kill there. But they're just so isolated. They do have the bomb, but they've got 20 seconds, now 17 to play with. As they round the corner, Noise is playing above the silo on the site. It's going to need to be cleared, and I doubt that Kate will. There's just not enough time to even consider it. And as they start running, they come up the vents, the call comes through, and Clouden strikes. Big kill, big round, and an equalizer. As Clutch Gaming really do start to pull their socks up. They're making this competitive, and CR Gaming are really struggling.
Very minimal buy here. It's a couple of Tech-9s. We have actually seen the pistols work out here and there. Especially with Tech-9s on board as a good chunk of util. You could go for a nice execute, for example, even outside, which they've been liking the last couple of rounds. So it does leave some options open here for CL Games to make this work, or at least try and get a bomb down. But Clutch Gaming have been on a roll, and of course we were a bit worried for how their city side was going. But, well, they're showing that maybe after a little warm-up, they still have it in them.
Yeah, we're keeping these competitive here. Hopefully this round will be so as well, despite it a half buy for CR Gaming. We got pistols, we got util. If we have a bit of pace behind us, then maybe Clutch Gaming can get knocked off their current podium, their current pedestal. But you know what we haven't really seen at all yet, Villas? We've not seen just a regular A hit. And I reckon with a bit of util behind it, the pace of those pistols might be enough to get some traction. And I think this might be my prayers getting answered. Util lined up, bursts on through, 910 does get a nice kill in the process, finds another. Okay, the fast play does not work because it wasn't quite fast enough. They don't really strike as a unit. And Kate is too scared to go out to help their teammates, understandably so. Most of them were already dead by the time they'd even reached the hut. But that is not quite how I expected round number 7 to be picked up by Clutch.
No. I was sort of hoping that they could swarm the side a bit better. Because actually, it was 910 being blind as soon as he dropped down. But there was still so much time for him to continue to fight for that side and eventually land even more kills than that initial one. But CL Gaming have now a buy right behind them. Good chunk of utility here too. But ultimately, this is definitely a better buy for them, and let's see what they can make work of it. You know, last couple of times they went outside, didn't quite pay off. Lacking to get the control really going and then to set foot upon the bomb site. Only the times that they went A instead, it's all sort of falling apart. Or at least in the last couple of attempts. So I want to see something different. And I want them to be a bit more cohesive, I think.
It would be nice to see them playing a bit better as a team. I think it's clear to see there's been a couple of lapses in communication, but Wenzy collapses. Miku on the back of sight is spotted. And Wenzy just becomes a one-man army out of nowhere. Kate evades the gaze of Noise, bags ahead instead. We're going to have another equalised scoreline here. After 6 rounds were won in a row by Clutch Gaming, putting them back into the lead. CR Gaming finally realise what they're doing wrong. And they poke at the gaps. They poke so viciously at the gaps that a round comes together, and they apparently have recovered their aim as well. Ruben Gorgeous shot onto 910, leaves just Clouden in a 1 versus 4. And there's not amazing amounts of money, there is amazing discipline here. Oh, it almost comes back to bite Clouden though. That's a bit of a messy one. Flashbang thrown on in. Are they going for the... okay, that was ambitious. Yes, they do have money to buy. Yes, 910 can drop here. But even still, that was ambitious. 7-7 though. And we're going to have our first 8-7 half of the series. There's finally the 9-6 curse is broken, but who will be the one to find 8 first?
This is very, very spicy. Already, with 2 maps that went down to the wire. Even though we had 9-6 halves, and we were thinking at one point it was definitely going to be quite an easy map, but every single time there's a good comeback that seems to come out from either side. Now let's see, could be winning up this very final round of the half. Risk takes a bit of damage outside already, but he certainly is not looking to step down from this outside control though. Contesting for 910, and even though he gets flashed off the angle once, the opportunity is still not there. Clutch Gaming once again grab an opening kill.
Yeah, 910 has been pretty damn good at holding outside from heaven. That's been their forte, at least for this map. On the flip side, Ran, not so good at taking that outside control, especially in more recent rounds. Wendy, though, if they can find another blaring entry towards A, maybe something can get going as Kate loves a smoke towards Garage. It will drop. Cutting off Heaven presence, at least temporarily. Noise is blinded as they go in for the peak. Big flush there by Kate. Helping themselves out a lot. As Utila shuffled in towards lobby. CR appear to be stacking up for another A hit. Are they going to be ready for Clouden though? I don't think Clouden's been spotted just yet. There we go. Kate doubles up outside. And this is where the A hit needs to strike.
Util down the Ven, they clear out at least the close corners. Do the check hut though, that's the big question. Miku gets 1, but over up in Heaven are actually still on top of the hut. They are still standing tall. It's only a couple of seconds, and Kate, what else can you do? Oh man, that was a slaughter down here on this ASAP. Well, with this, an 8-7 half. Clutch Gaming in the lead as we speak, but can they close it out? Find out after the break. Oh boy, we're going all the way. Currently 7-8 is the scoreline here on the very final map between CR Gaming and Clutch Gaming. It is, well, incredibly close. We've had 2 insane first maps already. And right now it's coming down to this very final half on Nuke. Maybe even OT, who knows what's going to come down. And already 2 opening kills, make it even 3 are going down outside. CR Gaming looking to tie up the scoreline, but 9-10 still alive and fighting. Finds at least 1 back, but both of them have been found and spotted outside. So surely the CT side will deal with them effortlessly. Wenzi takes home the ladder kill. So this is looking clean and good so far. A nice opening. Clutch Gaming denied a bomb plant. And now CR might just get this second half rolling.
Yeah, the CT side, the easier of the 2. Although last time Chaoran played Nuke, it went to 2 overtimes. That was against Eruption. They were able to win it 25-22, but I imagine it will be kept particularly close here. As I reiterate, they are fighting for the 2nd place spot in Group A. Both of these teams have the opportunity to take that position in their stride. Few strides onto the B bomb site. 9-10 overwhelms. Hold on a minute. Clutcher straight back into the action. The force buy appears to be working wonders. The bomb is planted. CR Gaming are nowhere to be seen just yet. As Wenzi goes for a cheeky spam at 9-10 on the other side. Only needs to hear the sound cues to get good information. Reloads an A1S dropped from their teammate. Or dropped from their enemy, sorry. Meaning that's going to be quite a tall order for Ruben to get up close. Noise, big 1D. They've been doing it all this game with a died arm. And they've done it again onto Kate.
Oh.
My god, the pistols do it with 3 alive. That's guns retrieved. And a lead regained for the likes of Clutch as they bully CR Gaming out of a lower sight.
There's no way to do this again with pistols only. Absolutely nuts. Though last time, we did have a bounce back as CR Gaming actually, you know, they took home a round after, but I think right now it definitely will be a lot more difficult. Right now you have rifles, you have full util. It's gonna be quite tough with an MP9, a scout, and a couple of upgraded pistols here for CR Gaming. They are gonna try though with a force buy. But certainly it will be far from ideal. Outside smokes are up, no information. They definitely need to focus back on this B bomb side. No one actively holding ramp. Might be big trouble up ahead here for CR Gaming. They are aware of it. They're repositioning with, I think it's 2 players that are already down on the lower, or no, 1 actually that's down on the lower bomb site. Maybe some sneaky action could come out here for Clutch Gaming.
My god, the sidearms, they're getting so much done. No, not again! There's no way! Back-to-back maps, back-to-back sidearms! As Cloud and don't do it, why are you crab walking into a deagle? Make it make sense as Kate finds 3 1-deags! Wenzi dancing around as Kate pushes forward, the bomb is dropped, and Kate still spins back around. A gorgeous 4K as CRG equalise the scoreline again and embarrass Clutch. That is absolutely ridiculous, Fearless.
I'm not sure. You have the most insane round already. And then you throw it away like this. And as you were saying, why would you crap walk into a dig? Well, you know that no one is outside. The position is known. And still you are not white swing. You have all the advantages. You have the better weapons. And still, I guess at the end of the day, it's panic. And of course, it's a bit of a deja vu. We have seen this exact same scenario over in half number 1. And it's happening again. Clutch Gaming. They can still buy up an AK and a Galil with a Meta 10 and Tech 9s around it. I am going to be losing my mind though if Clutch Gaming win this one back.
They've got an AK on Noise, a Galil on 910, and unfortunately 60 HP on Clouden as Risk lobs a pretty convincing nade him and follows up with a good scout shot. Noise first up to the table though, catches a jumping Kira. Miku finds another onto Ruben, and this is where things get a little precarious, even more so now. As Noise is doing all the work on their AK-47, Miku even upgrades their own gun, leaving Kate and Wenzi, 2 of the heroes of the previous round, in a nightmare 2 versus 4. In fact, it's not going to happen. They just have to save here, as I do not know how we have gotten to this stage. All I know is that that effectively undermines everything Kate worked towards in the previous round.
Love the little blocking action going down on the B side, but it's all fine. Yeah, it looks like Clutch Gaming is just vibing, and once again a round that I think, well, there's no way they are going to be bouncing back, and I guess they recover. And with this, CR Gaming, yeah, going to be having a bit of trouble up ahead. They can drop 2 weapons, but one will be at definitely a bit of a lesser buy. Maybe it's going to be risky. At least has the most out of the 3 that are still yet to buy. So there we go. Another M4 will be dropped over. Ruben instead with then a Deagle. He's on the least amount of kills, so I can definitely respect the ones that are maybe able to frag a little more to, give those the better weapons in order to make it a bit more of a team effort and then try and crawl back up on the table. It's definitely not impossible. You have Kate here with an orb, hoping for a nice long-range battle. That is an insane amount of damage already. Newton is down to collectively 15 HP.
Yeah, it's not the best of starts for Clutch. Is there a noise clinging on here? As Wenzi and Ruben look to try and stabilise after a hectic couple of rounds, to understate the matter. Risk, though, living up to their namesake, putting themselves in precarious positions, a rather forward position for the lower site defender. As Util starts to come on through, the first man spotted. Miku does not go down, though. Instead, Risk is forced back to the bomb site. Nades will lay chase, but they won't do anything as Risk is already all the way back over to double doors. They consider jumping up the vent for a second there on the side of Clutches. What has just happened there? We go from Deagle's 1-digging everyone in a round to Cloudham winning out a fight against a Deagle that had a free kill, and I don't know what to say anymore. The bomb's gonna go down, Kate is gonna push forward, they're not gonna spot anybody, and they might even go down to Noise here. No, they do at least deal with that issue. But what is actually going on here? It's really hard to keep up.
It's a bit messy on both ends of the table this time. But Clutch at least are going to be winning 2 rounds in a row. That in itself will help them out economy-wise, and especially if they can survive with 4 of them. Definitely need to make sure they're not going to be dying to the bomb with 10 and 7 HP on Cloudon and Izza. But at the end of the day, even though rounds, they go a little weird, as long as you win them, that might be good. But keep in mind, Clutch Gaming still up on T side. There will be definitely a big effort in order to keep this rolling. Right now, though, it is gotta be tricky for CR Gaming to bounce back and to answer back. It's Wenzi and Ruben with a lack of money in their own banks. Maybe a drop could come out, but I can also understand with how everyone's economy is sort of around 2k, that you just want to stick to these 3 rifles and then have enough money for the next round.
Yeah, Clutch Gaming, as they start to take a little bit of a lead here, want to keep CR Gaming at bay as much as possible. Ruben and Wenzi forced to bring just USPs into this round as they try and balance their economy on the defensive side. Ruben's position is a nice one. We've seen it profit many a time before. Clutch Gaming looking to do even more so as Kate does start to make their way towards outside. They could catch a couple of stragglers here. They're about to come head to head with Noise. It's a great start for Kate as they push out further, hide in the smoke wall. And they're going to catch Miku as well. This is a perfect play from Kate. He's outdone himself here, making up for the 2 USPs they've got on the team. If you lump them together as a single player, Kate's going to find one more. It's not going to matter. 9-10 spots Kate. Tries to deal with them, but the flashbang is perfect and the smoke should allow them a little bit of wriggle room. A masterclass from Kate Outsiders. Risk is holding down Cloud and the spam comes down. Risk will profit. And CR Gaming find themselves 10.
Back and forth we go. And just keep in mind that right now, you still have 2 players with USPs in their hands who haven't even seen a single enemy. That is absolutely insane. Basically, this was a round 3v5 and they're winning it effortlessly. Ruben, I think he took a bit of fall damage at the end because we're like, how did he get damaged when everyone in Clutch Gaming had already died? But this is fine. You know, they have rifles across the table right now. Of course, so does Clutch Gaming. So this is going to be a very important round. Not that much eco in the bank for Clutch Gaming. So if CR win once again, maybe they could crush their economy down, make it tied up, and then really get their own momentum going.
Yeah, speaking of momentum, we found ourselves another change in pace. As Noise is very up close and personal, but Kate is going to spam them down. I think they see a glimmer of shadow under the smokes there. They also hear the sound cues. As Clutch Gaming giving up unnecessary early advantages, they stack up now towards ramp as Miku has made their way towards garage. Does Kate anticipate this? We'll have to wait and see. There's no way this Izza missed that timing. There's no way that Kyrus has been allowed to slip behind box. Risk comes in to deal a crossfire. Oh, it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. Clouden stuck behind the boxes, gets dispositioned by a nade. Bomb is dropped. Miku left in a 1v4. And it's all starting to go wrong this time for Clutch Gaming.
Ruben in a perfect position to find that last frag. There we go. There's a clean once again. It's looking better right now for that CT side. No money in the bank for Clutch Gaming as we speak. Maybe some pistols here and there, which we know are very, very deadly. But on paper, should be in the favour of CR Gaming to now get in the lead.
What do you reckon, Veerless? Another pistol round win here?
Oh, it's gonna be tricky. They have smokes, they have flashes beside them. Ruben immediately is blind. He drops down, but so do the Clutch Gaming players. Immediately down into ramp they will go. Miku gets one, and Izza actually, with that, they can get their bomb secured. So that is a win in itself, though. Can they hold the afterplant? That will be the question. It's a good setup, but ultimately, they are clearing players left and right, having the better rifles up on the table, though. Izza with an AK in hand. Ooh, what can he do?
1v3 Clutch. Time for Izza to shine, and they do shine. A bullet off the head of Ruben. Leam in the helmet as the bomb is being defused. Hold on a minute, that's a big nade, but once he gets off the bomb in order to avoid it, Molotov thrown on in, but wait, is this still alive and kicking? They can spam down the diffuser here. There's Risk will just about cover, but wait, hold on, what? No
They're
way.
not on the bomb.
They don't
There's
have
no
the
kit.
bomb. Oh,
There's no
dearie
kit.
me.
Oh no, CR Gaming. That is painful.
Oh no. They were losers because they did not buy diffusers.
It's true. It's a classical saying. But in this case, man, you can't afford to lose a round like that. Not after you are crawling back. That was your chance to be in the lead. And once again, you're throwing it away to Clutch Gaming. Oh, man. So with this, 12 up on the board for Clutch. 11 for CR. Another timeout was being called, and certainly the pressure is at an all-time high still for both these teams, because Clutch Gaming know that it is still far from over. But at least they look very solid right now here up on their T side.
I've just got the song Sail Away on repeat in my head right now with all of the chances that have been missed by both teams. I feel like it's an appropriate track for the for the game we've got in front of us. Because how have they missed so many chances on both teams to pick up easy rounds? Oh, Risk! That is a perfect calculation, though. They come off of the board game and start playing 4D chess with Clutch Gaming here. Shout out to Risk the board game. Good fun. If anyone's looking for something for family game night, I highly recommend. A cheeky bit of child-friendly colonialism as Ruben. Looks to be a little less child-friendly and murder a couple of Clutch Gaming players. It is a 5 versus 4. There is still another chance to equalise here. But this game really has been fought tooth and nail. Shuffling of util. Lower sight still contested. 45 seconds remain as Issa gears himself up. Single door open, double door pressured. Kira within the sight lines, but it's Ruben to start. 5v3. Cade bags another. Great timing, great luck. But Issa and Noise, they're looking for a plant. And I think they might just get one. Risk, what a flick. Chooses perfectly between two targets. And Wendy spins on him. That will be the defuse. It's 12 to 12. And this time, regardless of kit, they'll get it done.
That was actually a really nice team effort. You had risk taking, well, quite literally all the risk by playing with that AWP close. Really diverting all the attention upon him, and therefore Wendy could easily strike and help out with getting that last player out of the way. And with this, a 12 to 12. Good retake. And we're still, you know, up in potential OT range, because who knows what can happen. It's so back and forth. Right now, though, you do have Clutch Gaming that are out of money. That leaves a bit of wiggle room here for CR Gaming left to work with. But we have said this so many times that still then CR Gaming let things slip away out of their own hands, even in the rounds that they easily should have won.
Are you
and
kidding
as
me?
I say this,
Are you kidding me, man?
Oh.
Ruben trades with a Molotov. Look at the confidence, though. They shouldn't have that much confidence in a round like this, but the pistols... Okay, they're not going to catch Izza. Wait, no, they're not going to catch Risk, excuse me, as Wenzy flops the ragdoll body of Cloud and down the vents, leaving Kira to deal up shot with Miku. And okay, CRG, they take the lead. This is exhausting to keep up with, man. 13 to 12 for CR Gaming. As Chow Ran are starting to run away with things, it seems. But we're back down to a half buy. No, okay, we're down to a force buy for Clutch Gaming here. And if we're following the trend of the weaker buy always winning on out, then hey, maybe we'll have another equalised scoreline here. Let's watch the pandemonium unfold.
so many flashes, Risk. Well, nothing that he can do in order to stop them. It will have to come down to Cade instead. It's almost 2 kills.
Oh my
Definitely
God.
a good chunk of damage. And now, Fight for Defense is into full effect. Risk still standing tall. And look at this. Kira and Wendy, both of them slaughtering the T's that are up on the side. But 9-10 is still alive and kicking. Now drops down. That's a sub Q. And Wendy can swing. A beautiful retake once again as they convert, and this is so important right now. They get a couple of rounds in a row. With this, they get to 14.
Finally, some semblance of normality as the team that's meant to win the round wins the round. Clutch Gaming, with that force bite, likely will have to go for a half buy here if they want to get anything in. They can siphon some cash into this endeavour, as that is way too heavy an investment from Izza. A lot of util bought up there, but CR Gaming on the flip side, they got cash for days. Or more specifically, cash for rounds. If they win the next 2 in a row, not only do they win the game, they win this tightly contested series. They stave off an overtime as, ooh, the Orpa narrowly misses a shot there. Pressured by the pistol. Because I'm struggling to see what kind of buy this is right now for Clutch. It's a semi-force. 9-10 has got no money. Issa doesn't either. But Ruben has a frag. And he looks away, and now they have the... And now there is a serious threat of this getting out of hand. Kate, big frag onto 9-10. Clouden swings wide with a Tech 9. Damage done. Risk and Kate need to be careful. Noise! Another one dig. Looks for more.
No.
But it's going to be Risk and Kate to clear up shop. And the defuse will come in, but not before I'm given a mini heart attack.
Oh, I thought for a second it was gonna happen. Oh man, these Eagles look so powerful, but ultimately the scenario is up on the table at CR Gaming. Well, They're in the lead. They are up on 15. And right now, Clutch Gaming, you need to answer right back here with 3 rounds in a row in order to take it to overtime. On Overpass. It looks so solid. Even though it was a good effort for a comeback, on the same side there of Inferno, we all thought, over at half one, you know, things looked scary for Clutch Gaming. Then they almost came back down to another 13-16. And potentially this could be another 13-16, you know, 15-12. It's very much a possibility.
I've honestly had the most fun I've had casting in a while with this match, though.
It's insane.
Because they're so disorganized, but it works. They're both sort of thriving in the chaos, in the sense that they're just getting random kills that should never be coming through, and Risk is about to risk it all again for a cheeky peek. Molotov flies on through all the gap, almost nets a frag onto Miku, but it's filled just in the nick of time. As 910 is looking to nick a player with a 50 cal round outside, won't be afforded the opportunity. Time ticks on down as Clutch manage to get someone into secret, but that won't be their final point of call, at least not yet. Instead, Ramp has a bit of presence siphoned. Kira now watches it with the second orb. I've not even mentioned that CR Gaming have been playing with a double up setup, by the way. It's been working for them relatively well so far, as Noise has been so damn good with his headshot percentage. Can he continue in that trend, as Clutch Gaming are desperate for an opener and a 13th round?
Looking to go in with an explosive play. Oh, they didn't even need a flashbang. What a flick there. Izza takes down the kill upon Kira, but that second op is out. Immediately gonna be hitting this lower bomb side, and they are looking skilled and crisp, and they are looking to not give this one up just yet.
Yeah, trust Asian CS to bring the heat, man. Sprinkling some spice on these rounds, and Wenzi does at least bring things back to a 2v2. Hold on a moment. 910 misses the shot. The smoke can now isolate them. The AWP is spammed on down. The frag won't be found. Bomb is ticking. Time is low. Wenzi is as well. Dancing around the back of the smoke. 910 goes for a massive peek. Miku as well. Rains hellfire from above. Ruben narrowly escapes. They're going to try and hold on to their gun and their util. I think they'll just about evade the bomb explosion, as they do, and somehow Clutch will find a 13.
Oh.
There's no slowing down. There's just no stopping.
No. Clutch Gaming. They went into the site with all 5 of them. That was absolutely nuts, the way they were taking down the ramp player, and then the player that was sitting up on rafters too. Absolutely sick. Sure, in the very end, it still got close. You know, we have CR Gaming with a lot of individuals that have insane firepower, but right now, as I see them... Oh, I had a bit of lag here, but ultimately, you know, this round, it's potentially going to come down to the wire once again.
Oh no, not like this. Not like this. No. I don't see anything, Veerless.
No.
I see a frozen screen. I think I know what this means, but that doesn't... Oh, come on, please. Give us the last round. I'm begging you.
No.
It's been so much fun.
Oh.
I don't want it to end like this, but I think I know what this means. Oh, admin, please. We're shuffling through. No, it's GG. This is such an unfortunate way to end, but it's our third 16-13 in a row. It's been so damn hotly contested. I'm just going to imagine what's gone down in the server right now, but CR Gaming, they'll get a frag, they'll get a couple. They bring things over the line as Clutch. They just can't quite peep us to the post. They won't take us to an overtime. I want you to picture in your minds that that last round was just as exciting as the last two. But that does mean we've had a shuffling in the rankings.
Yeah.
As Chaoran Gaming put themselves up to the 2nd spot in Group A, and Clutch now fall down to 3rd. It's 4-1 to Chaoran and 4-2 for Clutch Gaming. This is a big and important shuffle.
This was a very, very close game. Let's just not forget how this all started out, because we had 2 maps before this that were looking quite one-sided at one point, and then we had insane combats. We are thinking maybe there is a way actually still for their opponents to come back. So honestly, these two teams are nuts, and the fact that they're so close to one another is sick, and I love this.
Yeah, no, I've had a lot of fun. Again, it's a shame how we ended. Apologies for that final round skip. But hey, it's been good fun. I've enjoyed your company. Thank you so much, ladies and gents, for sticking on by, as that really did go down to the wire. Jalran proving why they came first in Open, and why they deserve their spot here in ECL. Now, just to explain that a little bit further, you go straight from Open into Challenger if you come first place because of the limited opportunities and limited team count in the Asian region, so they don't really have enough to flesh out an Inter's main and advanced. But yeah, overall, Fearless, it's been good fun. Our first Challenger game of the season together, and we got another one in EU shortly.
I mean, maybe we got a little blessed. Ultimately, at the beginning, we were originally planning on casting a different game, but this one delivered just as much, and it was so exciting. I'm quite glad we got this one, to be fair. You know, getting to know these teams a little bit more, teams that maybe are not as familiar to the general public. And I saw you guys over at chat as well, and everyone I think was enjoying this map. It was so close, so tense, and this is what Counter-Strike is all about.
Yeah, certainly so. But on that note, again, thank you so much for everyone coming to watch. Thank you to production and everyone working behind the scenes. It has been a really fun day over in ESL Challenger Asia. We're coming to the midst of Season 45 now. We've got a couple more weeks to go. We've got a couple more matches coming, I think, tomorrow for Asia, if I'm not mistaken. But all in all, that is us signing off for now. We'll see you over in EU in about an hour and a half.